Hello and welcome to the third round of the ESA Cup Switch Stage season, or more like round. Today, I'm casting with the wonderful Naji, and yeah,
Well, today we've got a couple matches, a couple phenomenal matches, and I think one match that we've seen before, if I remember correctly. So, if we just quickly jump over to the schedule for tonight, we will run you through those. So, starting us out, we've got Minions versus Penta. What do you think of that game, Exia?
yeah, it's a very good game. Both teams got very much quality in the or a very good placer and a good quality play, often different strats. They all have like all five players of both different rosters have good qualities, play their positions nearly perfectly. So yeah, this match will be a good match.
Well, I sure hope so. These two teams have played against each other in the past in a best of three, as you brought up to me just a moment ago. They did play Chalet, Oregon, and Theme Park, and it did go to all three maps. So the first map was won out by Penta, and then we went on to Chalet was won by Penta. Then Oregon was won by Minions, and then Theme Park was eventually won by Penta. So Penta does have a leg up, but you have a little bit of information on what's going on with Penta at the moment.
Yeah, there we go. We have the Penta visual. Yeah. What we know is that Penta currently has or is bringing very good performances. There is only one league that I know. It's the R6 Major, where they haven't had the best result. They lost to MVG, I guess, 0-2 or 1-2. But yeah, they have a 100% win rate. That definitely speaks for them. Never lost a match since the season started. Yeah, best maps are still the same like we had in the last play day. It's still Oregon and still Villa, and the bans of the operators are same too. Yeah, and we can quick switch to minions. Uh, yeah, there we see they nearly have the same stats as Penta, not nearly the same maps they have as best and as worst, but we have some other informations I saw, or some people told me, that there are a bit of a problems like in the mental way in the lineup. Some players, like, I guess they already left, or maybe they are playing the ESA season with the team till the end. Yeah, we will see.
Yeah, I mean, definitely so. As you said, both of these teams do have a 100% win rate, so it's one that we're going to be seeing come into collision here in this Swiss stage. So one of them is going to actually get a loss here, and it's going to be one of those situations where one of these teams is going to have to drop down, and eventually they'll probably face each other later on down the line. But one of these win rates has to falter. And if we just have a quick look at the Twitter poll that we had run, we'll see sort of what the percentage per team we have. It does look like Minions is actually in the lead. People are rooting for Minions. There's a lot more. Well, I say a lot more. There's a couple more people behind Minions than there is behind Penta, with only 47% going Penta's way. Otherwise, isn't really a grand amount to say. Very 50-50. We kind of expected that. But yeah, I think we'll jump over to map bans, do you think?
Yeah. So what we see is that the teams decide to play Theme Park, I guess. Yeah, it's Theme Park. Very cool map. We saw that they played Theme Park in the former match that we talked about, in the former E-Battle match. It was a 7-5 for Penta, and it decided the best of three for them. Maybe it depends on which side they start, but maybe Penta can use this, or maybe Minions analyze a bit of the Penta gameplay and saw what they can do better, and use that to win against them tonight.
I would also like to accentuate that Minions on their little character sheet that we've got available to us. Actually, their worst map in this league is Theme Park. That's something that we noticed when we looked over that, and it could definitely play a factor coming into this matchup, or it could be a complete switch around, because a strategy that I've seen a couple of these teams incorporate, which is a very simple strategy, but one that does work, it is tried and true. But you will pick a map that is slightly more favored for the team you're facing, but you'll start on the even less favored side, and you will bring a plan of action on that less favored side in order to try and steal away a couple rounds. If you're able to steal away a couple rounds, you're then able to transfer that into a bit of momentum going into, let's say, the defensive half, because Theme Park is a very defender-sided map. So you can kind of transfer that momentum into the defensive half of the second half of the map and actually be able to win it out, even though it's not your map pick or not your favorability. So there is a couple of those. We are going into the lobby, though, so we are going to jump over to the operators, the operator bands, and yeah. Oh, never mind. It's not starting yet. We lied. That was apparently a little bit of a debate, but never mind.
Oh, we got a technical issue, I guess.
Yeah, we'll carry on talking for a bit. It is Minions' worst map of the league so far. So that's something that could definitely play a factor. As I said, that strategy could come into fruition, but it really depends on how they really want to take it. Unfortunately, I can't see which side they've chosen to start on.
Yeah, I don't see too. Yeah, what I can also say is that Minions, they won this map in this league. Those stats are just or like taken from the current ESA season, so we know that they are able to win it. It's just the round difference that is maybe the worst of the maps they won, so it's counted as the worst map of them. So we know that they are able to win on it. Yeah, could be cool to see how they play it out now. Yeah, and especially maybe I can remember a bit of the strats that they played in the battle match, and maybe we can see some new or different things, or maybe I can see and I can tell you. I would say maybe we should jump into a quick break till the game is starting, and then we will see you again.
Well, here we are. We are on Theme Park. We're going to be having a little crack at what we can find. What do you think we're going to be seeing get banned in this matchup, Exia?
I'm expecting maybe Thatcher, Jackal, maybe also in Montaigne from the Minion side, because we know Penta got a pair of players that can play Montaigne and play it very good. Yeah, we see first ban is Montaigne like I predicted, so I wasn't wrong. And now we see first ban of Penta. I'm expecting like a Jackal or maybe even Ayana or something like that. We know that Minions is a very strong gunfight team. They're pretty confident and going confident in every gunfight. So maybe we can expect that. Now we see Nok is nearly the same as Ayana.
Yeah, that's not too far away from the Ayana that you predicted. On the defensive side, I'd like to give my own 2 cents.
Yeah.
I think more than likely you'll see someone like Cade go away for the throne room hold, maybe an Echo, because Echo has played quite a large factor in the previous few games that we've seen in this league, on Theme Park at least. But Solace is one that you do see like just out in most games, so with her going out, I'm not really surprised. That's sort of my 2 cents. But what do you think about this last one?
The last one, like you said, maybe the operators that you introduced to us. I don't know. It's often like, yeah, okay, it's a Capcan. I didn't expect that, because Capcan is like in my eyes a ranked band and not really a comp band, because you don't see him very often comp. Maybe good for Theme Park, because we know Theme Park is a very big map, and it often happens that you don't look in every edge on every door frame and you run into it pretty quickly. Yeah, we see first pick of Penta. It's directly a blitz. Maybe it's a rush. I don't know. It's long time ago that I've seen blitz in a normal lineup of a team. Like the one of the biggest clips I remember is the clip of Mint, wasn't it, from Dark Zero, where he rushed into Clubhouse basement and completely destroyed them behind the mirror window. But yeah, we see Minions now preparing the site. You can tell a bit about it.
I was just gonna say, I think the last time I saw Blitz just kind of like hanging around, they used him in a way to sort of like pressure map control, similar to the see a blitz, it's probably going to be for a specific site, maybe like a lab hop in like through the window underneath cafe to try and get a plant in through there, or some sort of cash balcony rush. But either way, we are going to be entering the game. A quick gunfight going on the window underneath next to lab between the Twitch and the Warden, but no one going to be coming out with any sort of avail. What do you think they're going to be going for here on the attacking side?
Yeah, I'm expecting like a top floor clear. We know that Minions is playing very splitted on every map, and I guess we saw Minions playing with some people upstairs, maybe even with Azami in cash, and yeah, we see Axis playing on the yellow stairs, so we see pretty bright build up from the defender's side, and I guess we also see the first gunfight is Azami against the guy on the cash balcony, and Alex North is receiving a bit of damage. He left the stairs, the only one that plays Heartbeat, so they need to give attention to it and maybe put some different people in the gunfights. It's a pretty big click from, I guess it was actually on Schlevo. Now the Twitch is out. We see 130 left for Penta, and it's a 5-4 situation for the defenders directly.
Another beautiful shot coming out onto Risk from the Warden, and now we're in a situation where it's a 4v3, and the attacking side really have to start making some momentum here. Yana nearly loses her head over the holes on top of yellow stairs, and I don't know if Ace, or not Ace, I don't know if Thatcher quite realizes that there is a man sitting behind that table over there, but the site is downstairs. That's something we do have to remember. These players are still hovering around at the top, but they're only really wasting time. That player at the top of yellow stairs is in a bit of a precarious situation at the moment, as he does need to maybe fall off, but decides to play aggressive anyway. Now, we're in a bit of a stalemate of a situation.
Yeah, we see it's 40 seconds left for the attackers. It's a 4v3 situation, and yeah, Minions is falling a bit down. We have actually still playing on the yellow stairs, and we know that Penta doesn't have, or they does have. Catcher Tim is out. It's 4v2 now. Freddy G with the gunfight against the Mozzies, getting the frag. 9 seconds left for Penta. Now trying to go quick onside. Freddy's onside now. Doesn't really see the Azami. He does see her now. It's a 2v1
the super sub.
Doesn't have the diffuser, and yeah, it's the first round for Minions, and we see they've done a pretty good defense, and one all needed gunfights to get it.
I mean, yeah, definitely. So it's really unfortunate that the Azami there didn't actually manage to get the frag onto the Yana. She was in like a was what she went for, and obviously lost out in the end as the Yana kind of overtook the cover. But either way, it's a defensive win because there was still a man on the board and they didn't quite have the diffuser. So now we move up to Bunks and Kids.
Yeah, we see a mirror from the side of minions, and they're doing a pretty common build-up, I would say. They have much 1.5 scopes in their team. 1.5 scope is especially on Theme Park a very good scope because we have long hallways and they are important to win the gunfights pretty
Everybody
safe.
except Mirror.
Yeah, everybody except Mirror. That's right. Like we have four 1.5, so that's speaking for the defense. And yeah, we know that the defense got less good scopes like the attack have. But now I would say it's like pretty equal. We see yellow says Mirror to the office side, and I guess we had a Mirror in station 2. Pretty common build up from the defense side, and yeah, I would say we switch to the attacker side, and we see, yeah, they are attacking from the dragon side.
Indeed they are. They are just making their way in through Gong, trying to see if you can see the camera through. The presence of these players down below. It looks like one of these players is going to be making their way up Dragon Stairs already. Never mind, it is a Yana clone. But either way, we are going to be seeing some droning going up the yellow stairs. They know this frost exists now, and they know the mirror window is going to be hanging around watching towards Cash, so they're going to be a bit more cautious going forward. Flores makes his way into top dragon, and he's going to be trying to create some space for his team, as that is his primary job role. And, I mean, with that Yana clone going all the way deep and knowing that there's not a lot of pressure going on over that side, he is just going to be able to walk all the way through. Freddie G is going to be able to get an angle onto one of these players here if he does decide to take the swing. But bullets through the wall, almost connecting, not able to find a frag, though. And we do just see a bit of a, like, long angle being held by both of these players. Freddie G loses out to the Wamai that walks in through the bathroom. And that's going to be a big advantage for the defensive side.
Yeah, definitely. We see Penta does need time to get in. They just have 120 left, and the minions are like with 2 men in the advantage already. It's now 3-man advantage. Alex Northday with the double kill. Eliasinho getting the sledge, and now it's Axie getting the last frag on Risk. And it was a flawless run. Pretty good play from minions. We saw that they played not very aggressive, and then Penta was in the building, and then they started to get aggressive because maybe they thought Penta isn't expecting it, and it definitely worked out for them. Quick 2-0 for them, and yeah, I don't know what I should say. It's perfectly played from the minions. Flawless ones in my eyes every time perfectly, because if it wouldn't be perfectly, wouldn't it flawless? Yeah, we now see minions. I guess they're going on the initiation side. Yeah, playing with a mirror again. Again, a lot of 1.5s, just 3 now, but 3 1.5s are 3 1.5s. And yeah, we see. I guess they will play a mirror from the bunk side into daycare, and maybe from daycare to cafe. It's a pretty common strat, but very strong mirrors on that map. Very strong. Doesn't depend on which spot. Yeah.
I'd also quickly like to add something. Something that we discussed while we were having our little downtime between us talking before and the match starting, was that you went to check out the scores between them on Theme Park in the last matchup at the halfway point. So at the end of the first half, between these two teams, in the last time they played Theme Park against each other, it was 3-3, with Minions starting on defense. Minions are starting on defense again, and this time they're 2-0 up in the first 2 rounds, and they're able to really push themselves forward. Now, something that definitely won't surprise a lot of people, but people really won't be sort of in the know about if you're a bit less sort of competitively inclined. Well, Theme Park is a stupidly defender-sided map, and it always has been. I say stupidly, it's just more defender-sided than a lot of other maps. Now, something I would like to quickly touch on is a 3-3 half on Theme Park is awful.
It is.
And I mean, if you're ending up on a 3-3 half as a defender, you're disappointed. So, looking at how this match is going for Minions so far, this is much better than the previous matchup they had against this team.
Yeah. We know that Minions had a bit of problems with them, or again playing against them. The 3-3 stop, like I said, is not very good for this map. Yeah, and we now see we have 130 left. We talked a bit about the past match, but we see it's still 5v5, so equal on both operator sides. Yeah, Minions is still playing like on top Dragon with their Azami stones, and we see Alex Novi is quite a bit near on the, I guess it was the Ash level, but there's no frag that is falling down. Alex Novi also have like 30 HP left, so you need to be a bit passive to not fall down and stand with his mates. Yeah, we see 1 minute left. No breach opened, and Penta does have problems to go like against the minion side. Yeah, we see Marinho getting a bit of damage, and yeah, Penta does have a bit of time problems, I would say.
Yeah, also going to be making our way all the way through Cash now, making our way into the bathroom, trying to take the engagement against the Thorn. Thorn gadget goes off, doesn't quite find its mark, but now we're in a situation where this Osa is able to actually get her shield down. These players are going to be just holding on to the angles that are going to be going towards Volt, and they're going to be seeing if they can get any more.
Ooh.
2 kills go the way of Schwello, and now we have a situation where they're finally on the front foot. Yes, they've just lost a man. Warden's going to be hanging around on the top of Yellow Stairs as well, and Wamai is still going to be hanging around on the Initiation Lounge side. So we are going to be seeing if he is able to find any kills for himself. Mirror finds one, Wamai finds... Warden finds another. Wamai's going to find the one onto the Ash, and now it's a 3v1 from that situation where Penta were on the front foot. We are going to be seeing Flores get pretty aggressive in the bathroom, manages to find the kill onto Warden. Is going to be very good for him, but runs into the spray of the Wamai, and that's going to be the round over. Done, dusted, Minions, 3-0, 3 rounds. This is looking really good for them.
Yeah, definitely. We saw that Penta had the man advantage, and they were on side. They had like a good chance to place the diffuser, but they haven't like used it. We saw that they didn't, or the Minions, they didn't even have a rotation in the office wall between office and wait-in, so they could have used it to plant the diffuser. We saw, I guess it was the Wamai actually playing on top Yellow Stairs or Warden. I don't know. I'm not sure, but we saw it, and yeah. Maybe he was like the point of the match why they couldn't plant in the end of the match. But yeah, we saw Minions are like in the ending of the match. They played very good and used their utility very good. We saw that they opened the office wall with 2 contacts and gained advantage or position advantage to the enemies. And now we have the 3-0 advantage for Minions. Already gained 3 rounds. And we know the last theme park match between the teams were a 3-3 in the swap. And maybe we see Minions now gaining more rounds in their defense.
Yeah, definitely so. Something I would like to touch on, because today I'm not the stats man. That's all you. AXC is on a 7-0 right now. He is on an absolute tear. Bear in mind, second highest in the game is 3. He's got more than double.
Well, honestly, I expect that, yeah? So, Axie is the top player of them, and I would be very sad if he wouldn't have like 7 kills after 3 rounds.
Yeah, definitely quite impressed with him right now, and I mean, he's definitely a big driving force towards this team actually making it going forward, so there is going to be a bit of pressure applied to the top of Dragon. It's going to be an Ash outside on the balcony, and the hatch is going to be opened above the mute inside of security. So both of these players just holding on to angles just to see if they can catch out the enemy player that is going to be pressuring them now. Ash going to be getting a little bit of an angle onto the mute for a second, but unable to actually find anything. Mute hanging around on those Dragon Stairs, not going to be moving over towards Risk right now, but Freddy kills himself with a nade. And now we're in a situation where Minions are once again on the front foot. And even on the back foot, they've proven they can shine. Quavery manages to find a kill onto Alex, and that's one pick that you want to find because it's the Azami, and the Azami can really change up the round, but it's not the ideal pick of taking down AXC, who is the star player of this roster at the moment.
Yeah, we know. We definitely see that Penta is now in the advantage, and they had the advantage in the last round too. Maybe they can work with it better now. We also see Schliebo is getting warmer and warmer. we see Penta does have 2 entry frags. It's Freddy and Schlebu. Schlebu didn't had 1 kill after the first 2 rounds, I guess, and now he's getting warmer. Already have 3 kills and has done a kill now in the round that we have. It's a 2v4 situation. Corey does his 2nd kill in the match and gets Madarino. And now we have still Axie and Eliasinho still alive. And yeah, Penta is going on a breach now. I guess it's the maintenance side. And we have Eliasinho going on the flank. He's still on top floor, and Penta doesn't expect it. He warfits a bit on the Thatcher, but Thatcher falls down. And now we have Schlebu again with the kill on Axie. Now it's a 1v3 situation. Quite hard to clutch for Eliasinho, but Schlebu does get the kill, confirms the round for Penta, and it's now a 3-1. First round for Penta on the attack on Theme Park. Good start. They still have 2 rounds left to make the equal score they had in the past match against Minions on their last Theme Park match.
Yeah, beautifully played by Penta. They knew that there was only 1 man on site, even before they killed the Warden. And when it actually came round to them going onto the site, pressuring that 1 player, making sure they secured that kill, once that player was dealt with, they'd already killed Warden. And the only person remaining was Thorn upstairs. So perfectly played by them in order to be able to isolate these players and really take advantage of the situation they're in. And now we're at 3-1. A little worrying for Minions, as realistically you do want that 4-2 split. You don't want them getting any momentum coming into this. But, I mean, with it being 3-1 right now, you're not amazingly worried.
Yeah, not very worried, but Minions, they need to watch out that they get all a bit warm. We have 2 players on the Minion side with only 1 kill, and one of them is Madarino, and Madarino is, I would say, one of the star players of Minions, playing most times the frag in the attack, and doesn't really get warm. Maybe it can be a bit hard for them than in the attack when they're swapping the sides. Yeah, we see they play Amri again. This time with a mirror and top floor, no Azami, so it's the first one I guess we don't see the Azami on the map. We see when we switch to the attacker side, they're doing the same build-up as they've done in the last rounds. Going up, repelling on the Dragon balcony, and trying to gain the top floor and going maybe on the vertical play, because we see we have 2 players on the Panther side with 3 breaching charges on every player. And yeah, Penta's now working with the flows. Maybe they expected that Minions play Azami again, and Flores is a very good counter to Azami. But this time they miscounted it, and they see that they don't have to play against Azami, but this time against a mirror. And we see Penta doesn't have Twitch, so could be a bit hard for them to attack against that.
Yeah, either way, Flores is still a very versatile operator, one that can be used for pressuring people out of positions, that sort of thing. But we do see a couple of the players in the building. They're trying to find a way to deal with this mirror window inside of security right now, but a couple of them are actually just making their way downstairs. And once they make their way downstairs, they're probably going to be trying to open up this maintenance wall. Looked like Valkyrie was very close to Thatcher there, but he actually wasn't. He was just hiding away inside of the site. We do have AXC still upstairs alongside Jay Presson, as now they're just going to be pressuring a little bit, seeing if they can take any space, see if any space has been taken. And unknown to them, everybody's downstairs on the attacking side.
And yeah, we have 1 minute left, still 5v5 situation, and Tim is holding the yellow flank, so could be very important. We saw in the last Armory round that Minions won, that I guess was actually flanking from the 90 hallway, and we have Madarino getting the first kill on Quarry. Schlewo coming with a refrag on Alex Northy. He's getting the second frag on Madarino. It's now 2v3 situation, advantage for Pentasides. 30 seconds left. Prison does have the top floor, and he's getting a very good flick on the top floor man of Penta. But Tim is finishing the Minions lineup, and yeah, we have a 2v3 now. We are getting closer and closer to the 3-3 swap, I guess. Penta is getting warm. Also, the players that didn't have quite much frags on the Panther side are getting warm now, because we see Tim, I guess he's done 2 or 3 frags now, so we know Panther is now in the match too. Yeah, was a good attack.
Yeah, it was a very good attack. As I said, something we saw again is there was just that player isolated on site. There wasn't any rotations back. There wasn't any sort of reaction once they realised that people were upstairs on the side of minions. And I think that's really what the side of Penta are playing into right now. The fact that there isn't that real adaptability that's going on with this team. And as much as they are a very good team, it doesn't seem like they're trying to change a grand amount of things to create the opportunity for themselves.
Yeah, definitely. What we also see, what we saw now is that minions are struggling a bit with their defense. Maybe we saw that they quite copied their strat onto every side, so they played the same strats on every side, and maybe Penta analyzed that in the match, used that time they had in the pick phase and saw how they need to attack it a bit different, and they've done quite well. Yeah, we see now minions are playing the bunk daycare side, playing with a shield in the hallway to the side of waiting, and we also see the mirror window from initiation to server and from, I guess, yellow stairs to office. And yeah, we see now Penta is going from a different side. They're attacking from Cafe now full. I don't know if they're doing a split attack on the map, but I do see all 5 members on the Cafe side, and also I guess Tim entered in the drug side. And yeah, we have the first frag. Crawford gaining the kill on Madarino. Maybe he didn't expect that he's repelling upside down there. It was a very good frag. Maybe they even had informations from drones. You see Alex now, has a bit of a struggle to destroy the drone there. Is aiming through the drone hole that is showing a bit of the cafe balcony. Yeah, I guess it was a good round start for Penta.
Definitely so. One more kill goes the way of Penta, and that's another one. We got a double kill for the round on this Ash right now, as she is just controlling that arcade balcony. A triple kill, another beautiful one onto Amai. She's going to be trying to pull it forward and take out this mirror, get herself a quad kill for the round, but we don't
the frost mat.
Thatcher's been caught the frost mat, yeah. And there goes Freddy G to secure the round, a flawless round. Semi, at least, for the side of Penta. And that's going to be a 3-3 split.
What we see is the 3-3 split.
Oh, no.
I didn't expect that. Like, minions won the first 3 rounds without any problems, I would say. And after that was, like, completely different. Penta took the position of minions and got dominant, and minions got, like, drove over. Yeah, we now see Penta on the defense side. And also Schlivo does have a very good match. He's, I guess, currently on 10 or 11 frags. And this after a swap is very good. Yeah, he has 10 frags. And also their ESA Freddy is doing very fine. He does have 5 frags. Yeah, we see first side of Penta is now Armory side. Playing splitted like minions done it too. Playing with Azami on the top floor. Bidding cash. We have Corby on the Mozzie. Putting his pests all around the map. Yeah. And what I also have to say to the past ones, and now we had like Penta, they completely changed their attack, and we saw they were on site even faster. Schlivo was already in break room, gaining his kills like it was nothing, and minions was falling down faster and faster. And I hope it doesn't break them mentally, because yeah, Penta does now have the momentum, and minions doesn't. They lost it.
Yeah, definitely the case. We're just going to be droning out the maintenance corridor for the side of minions. Minions just going to be seeing if they can spot out any of these players and actually gain themselves some space. More than likely, going to be trying to open that maintenance wall as they have postured themselves up over that side. Drone's already in sight now, as they are going to be just checking behind the throne to see if there's any sort of denial going on, and it doesn't look like they've got a grand amount. There is going to be a mute jammer, but nothing real to contest them. Madarino manages to find one, and now this player that is going to be hanging around on the breach, Candela's go in. Is he going to be flashed though? Indeed he is, but they haven't spotted him out.
Oh.
They managed to get the kill on him in the end, and now we've got the position of these two players hanging around on the opposite side. Risk goes down, and then Freddy soon follows, and that's going to be a beautiful little sight rush.
Yeah, it was a very beautiful little side rush. We saw they attack pretty fast. Ballerino was gaining the first frags on their side. And yeah, what I also have to mention is that this is a match. Whoever wins this team will go forward to the last stage that we have in the ESA Cup Season 6. It's the playoff stage. So it's like the same format as we had in the Copenhagen Major. So it's even more important for the teams to win it now. And we saw Minions. They maybe didn't lose their momentum. They've done a very good attack in the first round. Maybe Penta wasn't really warmed up for the defense. We see the same side again. But now I get one. No, did we have Warden in the last one? I'm not sure. But if we had him, he was maybe opening frag. Oh, he wasn't really on the right position. So yeah, we see him now. Maybe it helps Penta against the Ying, or maybe Minions isn't really playing Ying. They don't. Looks like more of a normal build up, more like of a top floor take. Maybe some vertical play. Yeah, we see.
Yeah, a bit more of a methodical execute maybe, because at the moment we do see they've taken away that Ying, something that did help them in the previous round, but also something that was sort of like I expect to be sort of like a bait, like look, we're using Ying, ooh. And then they bring along the Warden, they're sacrificing utility to bring along that player, and they're not really bringing flashbangs. They've only got flashbangs on the Thermite, so they're probably going to be for burning any utility. Ash already peeking in through that split side and managing to get a kill for himself onto Tim. Risk returns onto Mad Rhino, and now we're in a position where these players are just constantly taking gunfights. Very quick gameplay coming out of both of these teams here. There is a down onto the Warden, and Goyo going to be dropping down into split as well. Are they aware as the Keeper Arcade goes up? Is she going to be aware of the player that's going to be inside of Cafe? No, she's not. And now Freddy going to be trying to go for the res onto the player that's down, but Elias actually has the angle, and it's just going to be a bit of contention before eventually Elias cleans up the final player. And we're in a situation where Minions are just running away with it.
Yeah. Second attack from Minions on the Armory side, and second attack won, I guess, under 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, so pretty quick. They didn't really pressure the top floor side at the beginning. We saw it after when they droned, and in my eyes, it was perfectly played. They used the drone to confuse the Azami that played top floor, and at the same moment, they swung from the Cafe side, and it was a free flag for Minions there. So it was perfectly played from them. Yeah, we see as Penta now switching the side, playing the Daycare and Bang side, also playing with the Mirror and also with the Azami. I guess the threats will be pretty equal to the Minion threats, because Theme Park isn't a map in my eyes where you can play very much different threats. It's a very map that depends on the meta that is currently running, and we see it's very much 1.5s, very much Mirror, very much Azami. Yeah, the round could also say a bit like how the match could end. We see Minions are now in a 5-3 advantage, and we saw that they can attack pretty good. Hopefully Penta is now managing to get the round and to not lose their confidence that they know that they can win the defenses.
Yeah, hopefully not, as we do want to, I mean, as casters, we want to see as many rounds as possible, right? And yeah. I mean, I'm sure the viewers do too, so looking at this right now, we are going to be seeing a bit of a barrel sort of take coming out of this Ash. Ash is going to be just running it out, seeing if she can spot anyone, and I think she has spotted that Frost hanging around on the arcade stairs. It's going to try and pop some shots over, but unable to find a kill for herself, and now Frost's going to be falling off and backing away up the stairs. The sledge underneath is going to be lingering, lurking around inside of lab, seeing if he can maybe get a nade from below, but this player is now back on the arcade stairs, and they do, in fact, know about it.
Yeah, definitely. We see it's 150 left, and minions does have most of the control they maybe wanted in their attacks. Prison now pulling out his nade. Maybe they see now that they don't have a enemy on the arcade stairs. Nade is going in the nowhere, and Quavery is going down. Maybe is getting the frag on the snatch. Doesn't have the confidence to go down, but now does get the kill on Elias. Dino wavered a bit, but still gained it. And we have the advantage now for Penta, but quick refrag from XC. Now
From
he's
below,
getting his,
too.
From below too. So we had, I guess we had some holes from the nades there, and yeah, we have XC now on the scoreboard in the attack too, getting his first kill on the attack side. And yeah, we have the 4-4 situation now. It's 1 minute left, equal operators for both teams, and we have Penta still standing on their side. And not very stressed. We have Shrivo holding the armory stairs. And yeah, we see minions does need time now to attack the site. So the swap of Penta was definitely not wrong.
Well, we are just seeing a bit of a slow take coming out of these attackers right now. They're just making sure to work through everything that they can, see if they can actually catch anyone out. Nomad going to be taking a lot of damage and actually losing a life on the window to that beautiful little angle that Ace has actually set up for the mirror. Well, I don't know if Sledge quite realizes they're going to be holding the angle from the arcade stairs over towards the cafe door, but as Ace tries to jump in through the window, it's going to get caught out, which is unfortunate for him. But now we're in a 1v3 situation, and he's got to try and find at least one of these frags coming into this, unable to win the first engagement, and that's going to be a round going the way of Penta finally on this defense.
Yeah. So we don't have the situation that minions gained their match point round, and we see Penta, the side swap for them worked out very good. They had good advantage when the round was ending, and we see Penta is still holding to the top floor sides now, playing initiation office, I guess with Mirror and Azami again. So they see the strats that they are playing are now working out. Pretty much the same strats that minions played. Like I said, it's Theme Park. It's a very meta-based map. But I guess they have one. They have one different thing that than minions. They are not playing a mirror window from the bunk side to Daycare. I guess they're playing from yellow to office. And I guess the other mirror will place an initiation to server, yeah. Yeah, the last one, what should I say? The last one was, like, minions had, they needed too much time to attack it. Maybe they choose the wrong side to attack. They should have maybe gone from the cache side, like Penta did. Because we saw Penta played very aggressive to below. We had first strike for Penta side. And it worked out for them pretty good.
Yeah, it did work out quite well for them. But on this round so far, we are going to be seeing a Hibana brought along on the attacking side. And more than likely, she's going to be opening up the roof hatches, opening up a couple walls here and there from a distance, because that's sort of the main impression for her. The Flora is already going to be making his way in with his drones and clearing out a few of these Kiba barricades, as now these players are just going to be a little bit disgruntled and trying to reposition themselves to create a bit more of an opportunity for themselves. And I mean, Frost is just kind of lingering around the bunk Daycare side just to see if she can spot anyone that tries to go for any sort of flank on like a solo play or something like that, because there is only 4 players over or around this cache balcony side, and potentially that means one is going to be coming from behind.
Yeah, we see minions are working very good with their floor stones. They already destroyed the Azami gates that were placed in the cache side, and we see Risk is playing in the vault. Maybe minions isn't expecting it.
I'd like to quickly take note of Elias's position.
Yeah,
the rest of his team is on the cache balcony, or around there. He's over by, well, he's over inside of Throne right now. I think he's going to be trying to come up behind this mirror.
Ah, he's doing vertical nades, I guess. There
Yeah.
was a nade coming from below. Maybe he's trying to come from the yellow or maybe the arcade side.
Wait, this could be a beautiful nade angle.
Yeah, could be definitely.
He's opened the floor. If he throws a nade through that angle and gets it like a good bounce off the wall,
don't have
he
nades
could kill the
left. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, we don't have nades left, so unfortunately it won't work. I guess I saw it in the previous like PC comp match, like you said, with this angle to the board side. Could be good. Could be good though. We have 40 seconds left, 5v5 situation, and yeah, Penta still holding their side pretty fine. We see Prisoners holding the server flank, maybe expecting that someone is from Penta is coming to the Dragon side, but I guess Penta is playing pretty passive, they know what they can do, and we have Tim getting the first frag on Eliasinho Schlewo, gaining the second frag on Alex too, and we have 2 frags now for Minions. It's a 1v3 situation as Penta is coming back pretty strong. Yeah, 1v3 for XC, 10 seconds left, quite hard for him to clutch, to be honest. Yeah, we see Panthers playing it pretty fine from 3 sides. It's a pretty safe play for them. And we see 5-5 now. Defense is working out for Panther definitely, and I'm quite expecting maybe the drug side now, because we saw that they didn't play Armory very good, but we see they're picking Armory, so maybe they're doing better now. Picking some different ops to change the side or the play of the side a bit, but we see the ops are equal to the last Armory defense of them. Maybe they are changing the positions, trying to not drop as fast as they've done in the maps rounds before. Yeah.
I mean, at the moment, looking at the way both of these teams are, it does seem like Minions are falling behind a little bit on this attacking side, and I think after their first 2 rounds of momentum, maybe they went on a little too much of a high and tried to do something a bit ballsy, which lost them around, and then the mental's kind of shaken, and you're just kind of like, well, where do we go from here? But with them going back to the throne room site, I imagine that we're probably going to see some sort of aggressive take into barrels this time. I don't think they're going to go over towards maintenance, because maintenance was the sort of sole investment that they had before. They still could. There's still potential for it, but also I think barrels / labs, that sort of take could probably work out better for them if that's something they do decide to go for. They got drones in there already, so they're going to be just trying to check it out and see if they can get themselves through, take the space, if there is no players hanging around or lingering or hiding. And we do have Elias, one of the most aggressive players in this game so far, is going to be making his way over towards Lockers just to see if he can take that engagement. Schlewo going to have to quickly move away, fall off that angle, and keep himself safe. Otherwise, he's going to end up losing his life.
So what we see, it's maybe it will be like yellow breach attack, because they are literally all going from this side. So maybe Barretts isn't an option for them, or maybe they want to like keep the Barrett strat for next round. And we see it's actually coming from the Dragon Balcony with his Forest Drones working against the Azami gates. And yeah, we have 150 left, and we saw that Minions is in the building below, but not on the top floor. And the top floor is maybe the most important thing in attacking the Armory side. Yeah, we see Goyu had a bit of damage. Maybe had a gunfight. Maybe he does see that the server hatch is open, so he's not going there. Freddy with the opening frag on Madarino. Ayana is now fallen down. We have 2 nades that weren't used and are not left anymore. Yeah, we have Eliasinho going through the hallway, maybe expecting like a flank from Bunk. They know that someone is playing in Daycare, and they're trying to get him out now. Freddy is doing a good job getting Prison out, and it's 3v5. XC with the frag on Risk that was playing in Casher in his station. And yeah, Minions know that there is a guy in Daycare, and we now have the 3v3 situation. So roleplay was good. They lost some people, but the most important people that they needed, maybe not the Thatcher, but the most important that they need is definitely the Thermite, and he's still alive. So they do have the option to open the breach. Oh, they're going from Barrett's attack, so you did expect it right. Yeah, 35 seconds left for Yuki. could be pretty fast now.
Yeah, definitely. Now they've got this breach open and they're able to actually get some sort of engagement onto site. It is going to be very good for them. More than likely, with that mute jammer going down, they're going to try and open one more of these walls. And I mean, with the mute jammer going down over by the yellow wall, it is going to be that one more than likely. But they found 2 kills already. Warden not going to be ready for the gunfight through split. And that is going to be a round going the way of Minions. Well deserved. And finally, they're going to be pushing themselves onto match point.
Yeah, we saw in the end, it was a pretty quick execute too. Wonderful frag from the Flores on the guy that was playing behind the armory throne. I meant throne. Played perfectly, flashed him before, and then peeked him and was getting the frag. Yeah, we now have the match point for Minions, and the pressure for Penta is now high because they know that this is the match where you can already go to the playoffs. And Minions maybe does have more pressure even now than Penta has, because they do have more to lose now, because they already have the chance to win the match. And we see Penta is going to top 4 again. We saw they played 3 times. They played the armory side, didn't want it, so they know that they are better on top floor. I'm expecting more like cash attack from Minions now, because we saw that they tried to attack from below and from the cafe side, and then didn't really work out for them. So they shouldn't really change it in my eyes. Yeah,
I'm actually blown away that Minions Minions genuinely, they're so smart. They're so smart.
no Warden.
Yeah, no Warden. They brought along the Ying. Alongside that, they switched off the Flores. And instead, they're going to be bringing along Yana. And this means that they're probably going to be playing gunfights. So the Ying is going to be your execute. Your Twitch is going to be the person dealing with these mirror windows, trying to counter those. You've got the nades for the Kiba barricades on Sledge and Yana. They know there is no nade denial other than this Wamai, and Wamai, they can really just thoroughly drain it out if they need to. They've got 2 smokes to throw in. Obviously, they could have had the flashbangs on the Ash, but they're opting against it. But they've already got these players below.
Yeah, they already got the players below, like you said, and they're working with nades now, trying to get vertical frags on the enemies. One nade was not very good used, and we have 2 minutes left. And we see that Minions are going from the cafe side again, but now with the Ying, and maybe it could be gunfight, or potential gunfight execute. Yeah, it's Madarini going inside, losing the gunfight against Schlewo. 4v5, Penta in the advantage of Mans. Corey getting the frag on the Ash that was already top of Arcade Stairs. It's actually getting the refrag on Corey, 3v4 now. And we have Prison already in cafe, and they see that Penta isn't really on site. They're playing in the hallway and initiation, and maybe they could try to go on a frag against Schlewo and then go on site. We saw one player is playing on top yellow stairs. It's Alex Novi coming behind his mates now, going from below again, maybe coming up arcade stairs. We see Axie pushing forward on the catwalk, is trying to, was expecting that Schlewo was maybe swinging the catwalk side, but Schlewo was keeping calm, playing close on the door. It's actually getting the frag on Schlewo. Technically a 3-3 because Schlewo is down, and we see Azami's playing in Daycare, getting the double kill. It's now Prison is double kill too. It's technically a 1v1 situation now, so it's Prison against Freddy G. Schlewo is down. Freddy G is playing in the rotation, or maybe he's playing in bunk. So I don't know if Prison does have any vision on him. He does have one drone left, but only 30 seconds.
He knows the general position of this player. There is the player downed. He doesn't quite know. He's going to assume it's a 2v1 as now he backs up into the corner of the site in order to try and get the plant down. He does have the down player to give him information. Freddy G going to be making his way through the rotate and now going to be hiding, managing to get a bit of damage onto the sledge. Is he going to be able to find the kill though before the match is over? Yes, he is! And that's going to be another round for the side of Penta, boosting them to that overtime play. 6-6 on the board. We're going to be seeing overtime, my friend.
What should I see? I would say that's the perfect match to start a casting evening. And yeah, we have a 6-6. It's a very good match. And I would say the position of the of the Swiss system that we do have now definitely deserves that, because, like I said, we have one team of them. The winning team is going forward to the playoffs, and it's directly 6-6, and Minions is playing it better. They lost the map last time. They played against Penta Theme Park 7-5, and now they gained the overtime situation. They could have won it earlier, because they had the match point on 6-5. Yeah, and Penta, they do have the same side now, like they had in the last one when Freddy G won it for them. Like I said, in my eyes, Minions should try to attack from the cash side now. The cafe side didn't work out for them twice. They lost the gunfights in the end because we see Schlee was already having 15 kills. We have Freddy G, the E-sub, the super E-sub on the 11 kills. It's more like it was a 2v2 maybe between Axie, Elias, and Freddy and Schlevo. Now the other people from the other teams are coming to it. We have Risk was getting a double kill. Like he did get the kills that he had already had in the whole match. So he's getting more 2 now on VC. They're playing with Azami in cash, and Minions are trying the same attack, I guess. They don't even have a hard breach now, so pretty seems like they're going for Cafe again.
Indeed they are. They do have this setup over on the defensive side towards the break side and also alongside initiation. So I think they're kind of expecting that cash push as well, but with it not coming, and instead nades from below singing onto the upper arcade balcony. They are just going to be droning that out with a Twitch drone, seeing if anyone's going to be hanging around quite close. And I mean, that's something that they are quite aware of now. That player going to be hanging around on the arcade balcony is going to be Schlewer, as now they do need to try and pressure him away.
And we see we have the Ash, we have Elise Zinho repelling on the break windows and trying to get information there with his drone, and maybe even getting a frag on the side in Bunk. And we have Penta getting 2 kills now. Schligo and Tim getting the advantage for the Penta side. 130 left, and yeah, it's Minions falling down a bit. We have Elias Zinho getting the reflag on Risk. Push forward to the in the cafe spot, and we see he does have 10 HP left, so he really need to be aware of the gunfight that he takes now. And yeah, he could fall down every second. We know it's a one-shot headshot game, but still the HP does have very much to say. We see they're going in yellow balcony now. What so a wonderful frag, and what a smart team play of the side from Minions. We have Freddy playing in office, and yeah, 1 minute left. Equal situation now. Elias has done a good job, and they're pushing forward to top arcade, I guess.
Yeah, definitely the case. Ash going to be trying to take an engagement against the mirror, losing out, and that's going to be kills going all over the place for the side of Penta, and that's going to be the first round in overtime going to Penta's pocket.
Yeah, what should I say? At the end, I've never seen such a quick execute from the defenders on the attacker side, like 2 seconds and all fair down. Yeah, was good play for them. Now we see Penta does have the attack, and they do have the match point. We saw both teams made free attacks, so it's a 50-50 chance who's winning this round now.
I mean, definitely so, but something that we should really touch on for the side of Minions here is every single round from this point onwards, the remaining potential 2 rounds are ride or die, complete make or break. You need these wins. If you don't find these round wins on the side of Minions, you're going to lose. That's it, how it is. It's like you're going to be putting everything on the line, and that could make some teams more aggressive, that could make some teams more defensive. It really depends on the mentality, but we are going to be seeing a much more shaken up sort of team on this defensive side this time. They're going to be a lot more cautious of some situations, but they're going to be a lot less cautious of others, and that could definitely be their downfall.
Yeah, definitely. We see they're playing the JK Bunk side too, and pretty much adapting to the strats that Penta used to play. Maybe they hope that it works out for them too in the defense, so that they can get the 7-7. Yeah, we see Penta doing pretty much the same attack as Minions were doing, but we have a hard breach on their side, so maybe they are going from two different sides. I guess they will maybe breach the break room. Oh yeah, going for a break room breach the ace. We saw minions used to play a bit aggressive on the dragon stairs, fell down now. And we have Reishi already gained the lab position and is joining out now to get a bit of information so that he can use his vertical grenades. Corey is going to his teammates too, so he was previously joining for them. Yeah, 2 minutes left. Panther does have the rooms that they need to make a good build up against the defenders. And we see Schleo is getting brought up from his mate the arcade stairs, and now does have the information that someone is playing there upstairs. Reggie with the first nade doesn't hit.
Going to be throwing his second one up into the corner. Actually opts against it and is instead going to be trying to go for that player, but he's on a hard floor, so he can't. Decides against it. Going to be hovering around. The mute tries to take the swing onto the window after one is found onto the hard breach, but gets himself found instead. And now we're on a 4v4 situation. The two top fraggers on the side of minions are both still alive. They're going to be fighting, and they're going to be coming back with a vengeance as the engagements have kind of slowed down. Both of these teams kind of aware of the opposing position, and they're just going to be trying to play around it. The Frost's going to be trying to run away, escape her position, but ends up getting caught on the rotate by Schleuer, and that is going to be a beautiful shot coming out of him. Mirror going to be hanging around on this door now.
Yeah, Schleuer with a very important frag on the catwalk, because we know catwalk is one of the most impact-having position that you can have to attack that, and now it's a 2v4, technically 2v3, because we see Risk is knocked down, and we have Tim getting the frag on Axie. Madarini already left, and it's Strategy getting the last frag for Penta. We have the first team running through the match, going to the playoffs. It's Penta Sports getting the first spot in the third stage of ESA Cup Season 6. Was wonderful ending for them, pretty good attack.
I mean, yeah, they managed to get the round win. They managed to get the map win, and they're actually going to be pushing themselves through into stage 3, as you said. Whereas the side of minions have to then move on and play another game, if I remember correctly, against another team in order to qualify. So this is a very, very fun match to start out the day. But if you don't have anything to say, we can cut to a break and we can move on and come back with MDF versus Team Misclick.
Yeah, MDF Misclick.
All right, we'll see you then.
Hello and welcome back to the second match of this evening's cast. I'm always joined by my wonderful casting mate Naj, and yeah, we see our second match of the evening. It's MDF against Team Misclick, and yeah, we can quickly switch to today's schedule again to see which matches we do have for the night. It's MDF against Misclick. We previously had Minions against Penta Sports. Penta Sports won it, and is the first team that is going to the third phase of our ESA Season 6. Yeah, and Naj, if you want, you can start to introduce us to the teams. First team is MDF.
Exactly. So, we do have MDF versus Misclick, and I couldn't really find too much information on these teams playing against each other. But I mean, there's a couple different leagues going on that all of these teams are playing in, and I mean, there was a very unexpected loss for Team Misclick recently against Tracker Clan, which is a team that I'm pretty sure they've beaten in the past. So it's one of those where you could be seeing a bit of a weaker side to Team Misclick coming into this matchup, and maybe some mental has been shaken because of that. But something I would like to quickly cover is, well, the team sheets. We'll have a quick look at those first. as we do see MDF's going to be on the screen right now. Their band operators, pretty generic. You've got the Knock, you've got the Ying, you've got the Solace, and I mean, their best map is Oregon, snooze. And their worst map is going to be Chalet. So a little bit of sort of information about this team, the side of MDF. They are pretty formidable in this league so far. As you can tell by the fact that they've got the 100% win rate under their belt. But people along the lines of Aina and Variox have been playing pretty well in the matches I've seen them play. So I imagine that more than likely we'll see a bit more from them coming into this matchup. But I'll let you take it away with the next team. It's Team Misclick.
Yeah, and there we have Team Mystic. They gained a bit of a percentage on their win rate. It's now 86% win rate, and best map Oregon 2, worst map Charlie 2. Most band operators Flores and Fenrir. Flores is, I would say, pretty common band for Mystic. They are more of a team. Yeah, we know that they are a UK team, and most UK teams are they play strat based, but most times much gunfight based. But we know Mystic is a very strat based team. They're testing much of strats. I know it myself because I scrimmed often against them in the past, and what should I say? We have still the same lineups. There was no possibility for it was not possible for the teams to switch their lineups as the transfer phase is just opening on after the current stage that we have, or phase that we have.
I'd like to just quickly add that though the operator bands are different, the maps are the same.
Different, yeah, maps same, operator bands different. That maybe speaks a bit for the playstyle, I would say. Like Flowers, strat based, countering more strats. And MDF, I know they have a very strong team. They are not just playing EU tournaments, they are also playing these American tournaments. I don't know if you know the streamer Jinxie. There were a bit of streams where you saw Jinxie playing against them and getting 0-7, and where he was a bit salty because MDF literally drove over them and showed how big the European dominance is. Hope we don't see it now, because I want a match that does have much rounds, and both teams definitely deserve it. We switch
before we go over to the map bans. I would like to say something we didn't cover at the start, which we did miss out because we were in a bit of a rush when the match started, is the Swiss system. Obviously, this isn't updated from the previous match. Penta have moved on and qualified for the playoffs. And as you can see, MDF versus Team Misclick, the winner of this, also qualifies. So those two teams are going to be moving on to our playoffs, depending on whoever wins this game. Penta is secured as one of those teams, and Minions are going to be moving down into the next stage to play against the winner of one of these teams that are the 1-1 sort of section at the moment. So the numbers on the screen, for anyone that doesn't quite realize, that is how many maps they have won versus how many they've lost in each different stage of the Swiss bracket. And basically, if you lose 3, you get knocked out. If you win 3, then you go and qualify for the playoffs, and that'll be your seeding for going into playoffs. So with how the teams are looking so far, MDF versus Team Misclick, we'll quickly jump over to
There's one thing you forgot for the Swiss stage. You also have to remember that the teams that are in the elimination match, that they don't play in the best of 1 format, they play in a best of 3 format. So they do have like multiple chances to save themselves, and it will always be a longer match for them, because we want the teams to have the chance to save them, not in just normal best of 1.
So we'll quickly check the Twitter poll. Just very, very briefly jump over that. We do see, as it loads, we have a 74% chance in favor of MDF with the community vote. But we don't want to cover this for too long, as we do have 10 players in the lobby. So let's quickly jump over to the map bans. I'll let you take this away.
And what we see We are just quickly switching over to them, and yeah, what we see is an Oregon. I personally expected it because I used to play against Misclick days ago, and they practice Oregon. Maybe they're playing the same strats as against my team. Yeah, both teams. Best map is Oregon, and I'm expecting much quality because Oregon is a pretty basic map. Every team that plays on like the level that you used to have that you need to have to come this far in this ESA Cup should have a chance to win against every team on this map, because every team needs to be good on this map in my eyes, because this map is so long in the pool now and it's so basic. Yeah, I'm expecting a pretty tough game for both teams.
It is going to be a tough game for both of these teams. As you said, it's going to be one of those where they're definitely going to be sort of at each other's throats. We know there's going to be a bit of contention between these two, as I mean, they've both got pretty high win rates. Their best maps, both Oregon, but we are going to be moving straight in. Here we are on Oregon, and this time I'll start with the attacker bans, and we are more than likely, it's Oregon. You're probably going to see something along the lines of maybe a Blitz, a Fenrir, not Fenrir, he's a defender. You're probably going to see something along the lines of Blitz, the Ying, yes, definitely. Something much more execute heavy, something that's going to be one of those operators that just shifts the tide of the match at the very end in order to try and like secure rounds. So as we see, we've had Ying go off the board. The reason I say Blitz is because Blitz is super powerful and oppressive for that bunker hold. And some teams do like to bin him off, but instead we are going to be seeing Knock go out. And I mean, they've taken their execute operator on the side of the defense, which is the Ying, and then the entry fragger soon follows. But what do you think about these defenders?
I'm expecting Solus and maybe a Fenrir, because we saw those are both the most banned operators of the teams. We see an Azami. Pretty common ban on this map too. Azami is nearly the strongest one of the strongest defenders on every map.
I'd argue she's the strongest in the game.
Yeah, maybe the strongest in the game. And we see Goyo too. Okay.
Very interesting.
This could be interesting, because I know that Mystic a bit practiced with this operator, and
oh my god, that card background. Wait, I didn't know that existed.
This is the best card background in the game. I instantly bought it when it came out.
Bro, wait, is that in the store right now? I'll go buy it. Like, is it maybe? Is it now? Over.
So we had Team Beijing Click, we had Team Mid Click, and now it's maybe Team Meow Click. Should we call them now like that? So basically, we're starting with the basement side of the of NBF, playing with a mirror, a bit of 1.5s, basic setup. Yeah, we see Misflick playing with Hibana and Dokubi, and I know like Misflick is one of the teams that is, in my estimation, the Dokubi maybe even the best. The moments when they use this Dokubi gadget were nearly perfect every time when I saw them playing or when they play against us. It could be interesting, especially for the roam clear, because we see Aini is preparing the attic side with Mute, and they will definitely play with top floor.
Yeah, definitely. There is going to be a bit of a roam game going on for the defenders, and I mean, they do have the tools necessary to set up this bunker hold as well. More than likely, I think Ine as a whole will probably either rotate back to site and play that bunker shield, similarly to the way a smoke would, or we're going to be seeing the Thorn kind of alternate between holding that and Freezer. But at the moment, Jackal has made his way in upstairs already. He's going to be chilling around on the armory corridor, walking around main stairs, and it is going to be a complete bunker type hold for the defenders. And what a waste of a Jackal scan. That's so unfortunate. The thing about tracking players that set up on the top floor and then move back to site, that's a strategy that's something a lot of people have seen, is you'll send your anchor operators to go and set up off site. The reason for that is because if you send your anchor operators to set up off site, when Jackal tracks that operator that is going to be hanging around, he's just wasted a scan, because how worthless is it to track someone across the map just to find out they're on site?
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit of a waste. You're definitely correct with it. And we see Mystic already gained the whole top floor, and yeah, we have 130 left. They're opening the hatches, and I'm expecting quite of a bunker execute, because we see they are droning out the freezer side, but they're not doing much pressure against it. And we see more players of Mystic on the big tower side. It's now Annie playing close on the top freezer stairs door. He did see the verticals that they done, or that Mystic have done above the door, and yeah, we now see Mystic pressuring against the bunker, trying to open the electric wall with some Hibana pallets. Didn't make it because contacts of the enemy side destroyed it. And we have 40 seconds left. I guess Will is now going to go from the bunker side so that they can execute on electric and maybe go for a plant. They now flashing the pillar side. It's just falling back down to the hallway. And we have Veriox. He does have a very big position for the side of MDF.
Mistake.
It's the first nade of Mystic, and it's Veriox getting the first kill on the Dokkaebi. It's a 4v4 situation now. Tats with the knife kill on Eternal, and it's Solo TM now getting the double kills. Now the triple kill of Solo, and we have 2v2 situation. It's very, very hard for Mystic now to execute that, because MDF got nearly perfect positions for their side now, and it's Pizza holding the cross over to the top floor, trying to save his teammate. Gets the kill on Hachi, and it's 1v2 now. It's Aini against the team of MDF, and it's Pizza against Aini. Both got 1 HP, 1 bullet, and one of them is down. Aini is now trying to like bait Pizza for the plant. Is getting or stopping it. And it's getting the C4. It could get the kill. That does not get the kill. It's still the 1v1 situation, and he's trying to get the defuse again. Pizza is expecting it. Is aiming pretty safe. Going to be falling down. Swinging now the side of Annie, and he's not getting the kill. Pizza is saving the round for Team Meow Click, and yeah, we have the 1-0 situation for the attackers. In the end, it was a perfect execute, and especially Solo TM. This man, I don't know, but this man definitely is one of the biggest reasons that this team is getting the execute so good, because he's so confident in gunfights.
Yeah, the attack there from the Jackal was absolutely phenomenal. He was able to position himself in the closet to avoid the C4. He was playing around the bunker shield, and I mean, just overall, just the general sort of team play that they had between the remaining two players, managing to get what I believe was a very lucky headshot onto the other remaining defender from that angle was going to be a very big detriment to the defensive side. It may not have been lucky, it just seemed that way in the perspective that we had, but either way, very impressed with the way that Pizza played that, and I think more than likely we could see a bit more of that coming into these future rounds, especially with Solo as well, going on a 3k very early in that. Very, very impressed. I thought it was a big mistake for the side of Team Misclick to drop down that hatch, throw those flashbangs in, because there was so many players surrounding it, and I think it could have been a very different round if Jaeger decided against going for that kill on the Dokkaebi first, because the Dokkaebi was moving in through blue, but there was the player hanging around coming down the hatch, and he had perfect angles onto that. I did get interrupted a little bit by the fact that Pizza has lost his skull to the mute of Aina on the main stairs. He's rotated himself all the way around and getting down back stairs. I was going to say black stairs for some reason. Back stairs to get himself all the way back down to the site.
Yeah, like you said, we have the advantage position now for MDF. I needed his job very great. He did not fall down like after 10 seconds like in the previous round. He did get the kill on the Jackal, so it wasn't very good droned out from the TM side, I would say. Yeah, and they're still working to gain the position on the top floor. They gained it now with the Dokkaebi scan, and yeah, we see Misflick, they lost their Jackal. It's the roam clear, so it's not that bad for them. They do have the Heart Breachers and the EMPs left, so they can easily open the hatches and position themselves to prepare their execute. We see it's like MDF is playing very hard against the Lonely Freezer side, so we can expect again a bunker attack from Misclick. Yeah, Misclick now currently open the hatches. They are aware of the guy that is playing on the big tower stairs, so that they know he's there. Eternal now he's getting the information with his Iana gadget over the pillar and bunker side. He sees that pillar is clear, but there's one playing on the pillar stairs. So we have Variox is getting the Hibana pallets again, and they're working pretty good against the attack of TM. They pretty much throwed it in the last round, and now they want to do it better. Mystic now does have the pressure. It's 1 minute left, and they need to get the side of pillar and bunker. Otherwise, it will be very hard for them to even get the plant, maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. They've managed to get some holes onto the top there, and the Dekebi is going to be coming in from behind. She's going to be aware of this player, but doesn't quite know that there's going to be two hanging around that position. More than likely, she's going to check the corner that she did die to previous. She's going to be peeking over the barrels, taking a bit of damage from the range shotgun, and, well, they've decided to completely box in Jaeger and reinforce that wall. Jaeger manages to get a beautiful 180 onto the Yana, and now we're in a position where it's a 3v3 situation, and that was a huge spiral from the position we could have been in, especially after Misclick lost a couple players, or MDF lost a couple players very early on. Misclick came in a bit too fruitless as they managed to get themselves onto the site but unable to find any frags, and now the cats are made to look like kittens as we end up in this position where it's 1-1.
Yeah, we saw the Britons fell down pretty quickly at the end. I don't really understand why Konski was going for the frag on the Jaeger there. They could have tried to plant this in my eyes. So they pretty much threw it by the it was pretty much thrown by the Hibana this round. Yeah, we saw MDF at the end. It was a bit too. How should I say it? It was like MDF was nearly throwing the round again. They had the advantage and lost the gunfights when the guys of Mystic came from the hatch and from bunker side. In the end, it worked out for them good. And we see top floor now. We have Valkyrie. I guess, yeah, first time in this match, and we haven't seen her in the previous match. And yeah, we see they're doing a pretty basic setup in the defense, playing a bit advanced with the trophy side, I guess, and with master bedroom. Bit of lower floor they try to play against. Here we see Mystic playing with the lion now, so it could maybe speak for maybe a fast plant or something like that. It's always good to play against the roamers. Lion is, in my eyes, one of the best operated to support the hard breaches and the fraggers twice, or both at the same time. So it is a good pick, and we see Mystic is now, they already placed their hard breach gadgets. They're joining with the Ayana gadget, the small tower, and we see it's a pretty split setup of Mystic in the attack.
Yeah, very, very smart play coming out of the ace to pre-place his gadget, as much more casual players won't realise that these guys don't have points on, so they can't tell that that's been placed unless they see it or hear it. So they're not going to be going for any sort of denial on it, and with him having it pre-placed, once that mute jammer is destroyed, they're just going to go off straight away, and they're going to go off evenly, as they have right now. Kills going back and forth, though, just manages to find one, but ends up getting himself found. Twitch on the hatch from below is going to be taking another engagement. Oh, never mind. Almost going to be taking another engagement. It's going to be Aina on the long angle from the kids rotate through onto the armory corridor. Managing to find that player on top of armory stairs is going to be very good for his team, as now the Twitch that was lingering around has rotated away. Mute of Tat's going to be going for a bit of a rotation just to see if he can get a flank on the go for his team. Has dropped down into the main area, and Solo is also going to be around on the underneath as well.
And we see it's now Mystic there trying to clear the utility of the MDF side, manage to clear the shield and attic, and we see it's Pizza playing top main stairs. And we saw that Trophy Bridge is open, so he's playing against the guy in attic. It's the first frag of Tats in the match against Solo, second frag with C4, and it's Aini closing the third round of Oregon, and it's MDF going into the round advantage of 2-1. The Europeans doing a good job. Yeah, we see it's working out for them pretty good. It's for me a bit unexpected that MDF itself is showing such a good performance in such a short time that they exist. We know they had time with time. They had new players coming to them. We had, for example, we have Hachi here, who's currently playing the Wamai. He's formerly an Entropy player, so he won this cup here twice, and he does have very much experience. And we also have just played for much good teams, and who we don't have to, or who we can't forget to mention is Aini, previous Panther player. And yeah, we see MDF, it's working out for them. Konski, he needs to talk a bit with his Meow Click members, and hopefully they're analyzing their mistakes good, because MDF is getting advantage, and we know MDF, especially on this map, I saw it personally on the, for example, American tournaments that played against Jinxie's team and all of this. If they have a big advantage, most time they don't really throw it. They just play it really calm to the end, and the match ended pretty quick. Hopefully not yet, and hopefully Mystic is learning from their mistakes.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out that I've casted in the last couple of weeks. Oh my god, Pat! Oh my god! Way to interrupt me, fella. Go on, pop off, pop off. Do your thing.
We saw Tats with a wonderful shot there. So I don't know how he managed to do that, but Eternal is, I guess he's a bit mad now.
What I was gonna say is, I've casted 3 games of Oregon in this playdate and also the last one that I casted in total, and this is the second time I have seen the mid-floor side played in those 3 matches. So it's going to be interesting to see, because as I said, not many people really wanting to go for it. Almost finding another wallbang there is Will this time, as he does take a bit of an engagement. The castle getting very, very lucky there, as the head wasn't quite found on the player that did see him first. And now this is looking to be a flawless round. Jaeger comes flying through the rotation hole, and it's only Pizza remaining. Pizza, if you want a man in this situation, it's probably going to be him, especially with his performance so far. But is he going to be able to bring it back for his team? He does need to be able to find all 5 of these kills. One coming his way, being fed to him on a silver platter, is going to be very good if that's what you're looking for. And there's going to be at least one more coming his way. Arunis takes a swing, manages to find the frag, and that's going to be the round going the way of MDF. The Cats once again looking like kittens.
Yeah, what should I say? The first, the opening frag of this match was a bit ridiculous. Yeah, like I said, Eternal will be a bit mad now, because to get taken out as an opening frag this way is maybe the most annoying way to get a dead or to get killed.
Yeah, a wallbang like that is career ending.
It's so nasty from
yeah,
Tats.
it's terrible.
Yeah, we see it's Tats, the only British player from the MDF side. It's now on the top frag, and he's doing a great job on his support operators. Definitely. Yeah, and it's MDF getting more and more advantage to Miskik's side. And we saw Miskik they got the first round. And it was a great performance, especially of Pizza and Solo. And now, I guess Pizza is the only one that, from both of them, that managed to get 1 kill. And we just have Konski on 1-4, Eternal 1-4, and Will doesn't even have a kill. So it's definitely the kills that are deciding this round. And Mystic, they need to change something. Maybe a rush against MDF. We see MDF is playing like pretty bright on this map. It could help maybe. Like you said, the blitz is also always a good option for them. And we saw the hedges they were not opened in the previous rounds, so would be a bit hard for MDF to rotate back on their sides. And yeah, we see Misric going for top 4 take again. Drawing all out and trying to get behind the drones quickly. We see Pizza already entered with his Amaru in Big Tower, and they notice that there's a guy playing on Big T stairs, but he rotated it a bit back.
Yeah, something that Amaru is very well known for being used for is just taking that top tower, like being able to pressure up there and take it so early, especially when you know there's not a player hanging around. Just gives you so much control of that tower side, especially if you sit on that angle, like just above the stairs. You can pretty much hold off the rotation, and even if you do miss the frag, you're able to at least call it. So it gives you a very, very broad angle of attack coming into this, and we are just going to be seeing her fall off of that now, as she doesn't need to be there anymore because we've got the sledge on a much more optimal angle and can still rotate because the mute did make a rotate hole for him. So we are going to be seeing them just get the hatches open, set themselves up for the execute, and more than likely we're going to be seeing another hatch drop type execute with Konski already setting up with the flashbangs above.
And there we see hatches are already opened. Could be pretty much the same execute as they have done before. It's Konski pressuring forwards to the pillar side. He's getting the frag on Hachi. And yeah, very important frag. It's Vormais, very nasty, rotating back into the hallway side in solo, getting the frag quick. It's Pizza getting the frag on Variox in the bunker side. Mute falls down in 2 by solo, and it's now Tats against 3 power sides. Or Powermans of Neoclick, and it's the perfect nade of Solo.
Lucky.
Solonary, you fucking beast, man. He warmed up again, and he showed that he's one of the best players that this team does have. Man, this guy is so important. I don't know if you know the history about Solonary. Solonary's, I guess he's from the Arabic states. And he previously played for them with a very high ping, and he wasn't allowed to play for them. And now he was I guess he was moving from his home country to Poland, and since then he's playing for them, and he's doing so great. In nearly every match he's having a great performance, and he shows here again in the perfect moments. He's perfectly there for his team, and yeah, we have 3-2 score now. Very good round from Mystic in the end.
Yeah, very, very good. They're going to be hunting desperately for this more favourable split for them. As I mean, at the moment, with it being 3-2, they want to at least try and bring it to a 3-3. What a waste of an impact there. He's trying to deal with that drone, but he can't quite find it. And now we're kind of in a position where, like, on the side of Misclick, it is going to be a little bit more ride or die, but you're not exactly too worried about losing the first half 4-2, because it is pretty defender-sided sometimes, especially on like the bottom floor, and more so on the top floor as well in this league. But I mean, in the previous match I watched, there was like pretty much no defensive wins. So this is almost stark contrast to the way the previous ones that I've casted on Oregon have gone. But there's a bit of an engagement going on between the Twitch and one more on the big window, and neither of them are able to find any damage just yet, but they are aware of each other's position.
Yeah. We see now the kids side again that MDF previously won, and it's Annie and just playing a bit of a big aggressive. Pardon, and yeah, it's the opening frag for Konski now. 5v4 situation for Mystic, and they are getting stronger and stronger. We see Mystic is taking out the mistakes that they have done in the previous rounds, and they've done pretty well. Just now rotating back into the basement, maybe going for a flank, maybe later on the main stairs. And we see it's now a different attack from the Mystic stack. Like I said, they analyze maybe the mistakes they've done and they are not going from the side of Master Bedroom now. It's a big window, and yeah, we have already one man down, no frag kills or frag grenade kills till now. Yeah, 130 minutes left, and it's a pretty good situation for Mystic, I would say.
Yeah, definitely the case. The side of Team Misclick definitely showing that the Cats do have claws, as they're going to be coming around to try and find even more. This player of Azami, I think, unless I'm looking wrong. No, Azami's banned. What am I talking about? I meant Solace, but I couldn't quite tell who it was through the wall. I think it's actually Thorn that was hanging around. But
oh no,
never mind. Thorn's managing to find a frag from the hatch, and with those players actually going down, it is going to mean it's an equal situation player count-wise. So we are just going to be waiting on an engagement between these two. They are just poking backwards and forwards right now. Eternal, his position is known, but he does know that there's other people going to be quite close to the position he's trying to take. Does he know that Fenrir has moved over into the corner? Thorn going to be taking the swing, gets killed and traded, and now we're in a position where it's a 2v2 once again. We've got these two entry fraggers postured up, one of them going over towards big window, the other one on white stairs. Do they know? Are they going to check the corner? She takes the peek, walks straight into him. He doesn't find the frag straight away, but still finds it in the end. And now the player on the rotate, holding the footholds, is going to be able to get the frag onto the Ash, and that's going to be another round for MDF, ending the half 4-2.
Yeah, 4-2 now, and we see it's Mystic. They've done pretty well, I would say. They started the run perfectly. I guess Konski gained a kill from the big window, and yeah, at the end, MDF played pretty good, stayed calm, and yeah, what we see is he's not really getting warm with the set. I guess he's standing 2-6. He's one of the entries from MDF normally, so could have a bit of impact. And we see from the TM side now, we see from the TM side too that Will is standing 0-5. He's most times a support player, yeah, but it can have much impact if only one guy does not make anything in frag, like when you watch on the frags. Anyways, you see it's now Mystic on the defense side in Oregon, and they play like MDF used to do basement first. Yeah, we see this time Fenrir. I don't know if we have seen him in the match previously. I'm pretty sure don't think so. So yeah, could be quite interesting. I'm expecting a bit of a ranked, not ranked. I meant roam gameplay from TM2, because they have pretty strong players that do have good gunfight skill, and they shouldn't be too passive. They need to play aggressive against a team like MDF to win rounds in my eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely the case, but that player in the top of tower is actually going to be able to find one on the rappel. Eternal going to be very pleased with that. Does a little bit of damage to himself after not taking any damage to the Hibana. So either way, very happy with that kill. A very big first frag, especially considering now they've got to try and get the hatches open without any hard breach, and that's going to be borderline impossible. They've still got the Thatcher on side, so they are able to mute any electronics, including this Solace and Warden, if they do get a Thatcher nade close enough. But now it's going to be entirely reliant for these attackers on their gunplay. Are they going to be able to isolate these players well enough in order to be able to get some frags on the go? Because that is what they need. And
yeah, what was the mistake of MDF in the first 20 seconds? They tried to entry with a hard breach, or they only hard breach. They don't have any hard breach gadgets left or something like that, so the hatches are not an option for them anymore. It's just playing in the bunker side, trying to clean away a bit of utility that Mystic use, like their shields and barbed wire. Yeah, we see it's a 4v5 situation now. All TM members are on site, and it's MDF now trying to go from the Freezer side. Variox does have one nade left, now trying to pressure down the Freezer stairs. Facing the lines of Freezer, does see the shield that is back in the laundry side, and they're using their nades now, trying to get a kill in Freezer. Yeah, the nade doesn't really hit one, and yeah, it's Variox still playing in the Freezer side. It's 4v4, just getting the frag on Will. Does have very much damage, nearly 1 HP left, and yeah, 40 seconds on the MDF side to execute. Could be a very quick execute, and yeah, it's just getting the second kill. Konski with the refrag instantly, playing in the bunker side. It's Eternal playing, gets the Freezer guy, getting the kill on Sledge. It's Variox down, 2v3 situation for MDF now. It's Hachi getting the kill on the guy that played in the small room. Does he get the kill on the hallway guy? No, he does not. Pizza is getting the kill. It's now 2v1. And he does know that someone is standing on the big tower stairs, and he's getting the kill on Tats. 4v3 now. Very good play from the side of Team Mystic. Gained the advantage when they killed the Hibana instantly, and at the end, it really paid out for them.
Yeah, a round that started out perfect. Definitely nearly ended up in catastrophe. So I love my cat puns at the minute. I'm firing as many as I can. But yeah, it definitely could have been very bad. For the side of Misclick if they weren't able to find that man that was hovering around on the laundry side, especially after they got it down to a 2v2 situation. But luckily for the Fenrir in that round, the person that was hanging around on the backstairs wasn't actually paying attention to that angle when they took the swing. So Misclick did secure themselves around there. Or no, not Misclick. MDF managed to. No, it was Misclick. I'm losing my mind.
It was
Misclick
Misclick
managed to
getting the
kill himself
open
around
flick,
there and get closer to that 4-4
Yeah.
situation that they're looking for. They're looking for a win here.
Yeah.
It's 4-3. They wanna try and get another couple of rounds under their belt to give themselves a bit more of an advantage. I just lost my mind for a second.
Yeah, you're completely right. And oh my god.
Another
It's the
warbang
second
from
warbang.
Tats!
I don't know what this guy, for real. I know him from, I used to play with him in a team, and I know that he's a pretty strong player, but bro, it's so ridiculous that he has so much luck twice, for real. I want his luck too, so we have Solo now falling down to this wallbang, and it's a quick 5v4 situation for MDF. It's Pizza, Eternal with the run out on Big Tower, and Hachi getting the frag on this guy. It's 5v3 quick situation for MDF, and yeah, 220 left. Very good front from MDF so far. It's Fonzie now trying to deny the. Oh my god! Oh, he's destroying his own shield. Try to destroy the Frost drones with his contact. What a mistake!
That's on camera,
and,
caught in 4K.
Yeah, that's on camera. I see the Twitter memes now. Anyways, yeah, it's a very good situation for MDF now. They know they are in advantage, and Pizza is getting the warbang too. This is for real the match of the warbangs. You can't say anything else about that. Yeah, Will defending his big bad side, and it's 4v3 now. They know, or I hope the MDF guys know that there's still a Wormer left that has a potential flank.
Oh no!
Thing, and it's Konski waffling a bit on Aney. It's a 4v2 situation now. Ace playing on the beach is now rotating it back to the trophy site, and I guess it's MDF now trying to do the execute. It's Aini getting the second kill in the match, and he does not get the kill on Pizza. Is Pizza maybe the round saver of TM? We will see.
Well, gets caught out on the attic door, and that's going to be a round going the way of MDF, bringing us to 5-3 on the scoreboard. That's going to be making them feel very good, especially with it being a top floor hold, which the defensive side has only won so far, bringing the first defensive loss on that site. So I'm pretty sure. So we are going to be looking at a much more confident MDF coming into this. I don't know what's going on with Tats. Potential scan of the console there. We need to check him out, find out what's going on, because if he hits a third one, like, this is gonna go from a joke to something serious. But either way,
Moss for console.
we need Moss. Somebody get working on that.
Oh man, yeah.
But either way, very well played for the side of MDF. MDF going to be a lot more comfortable in the rest of this game, and well, it's a real thorn in the side for Team Misclick.
Yeah, definitely, and we see Misclick is keeping on their playstyle they used to play now in the match. It's more the roaming or aggressive playstyle, and you need to play this aggressive against a team like MDF, because if you play too passive, MDF will completely shoot you down. Like I said, they played against Jinxie, for example, in this American tournaments, and you saw there Jinxie and his team was playing completely defensive, and like the MDF side was completely driving over them because they had easy threats with Ying flashing them, going behind the flashes and just getting the 3 kills. And Misclick is doing it right. They have the right ideas, and yeah, just troll a bit of the rounds. And yeah, we see Tats quickly entering in the armory room, and is placing his air jabs to keep the flanks. And we see Eternal is trying to do the run out again, and we see the aggressive playstyle. He rotated back to Show's hallway. Yeah, 2 minutes left. Still no breach open. We will see. Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, 6-3 for MDF, and yeah, it's Team Meowclick falling down a bit. Didn't expect that.
Oh, my mic's struggling. All right, I'm fine now.
Especially after the attacks that they've played. We see now it's Laundry and Supply again. And we see Solace, Fenrir, Warden, so we can expect a bit of a roam gameplay for them, from them. And I hope that Will is getting into the match now, because we see 0-8 that does have much impact, because against a team like MDF, you need every man in your team to get or to have good gunfight power, because it's hard to play against a team like MDF anyways, but if you play like a 5v4 technically, it's much more hard and maybe even impossible to win against this. Pizza can do as much frags as he wants to. If there's not like enough help from his teammates, he can't win this match alone. Yeah, we see pretty much roam-based defense again. I hope it works out for them, because MDF now, they are figuring out how they have to play against Mystic. They are doing more and more better rounds, and their positioning is better and better. And I would say the match will end after that, because I don't know. It's just a feeling.
Yeah, I mean, in this match, it's very unfortunate to see Will underperforming like this. Because, I mean, as I said, not only was it the last Oregon match I casted, it was also the last Misclick match I casted. And Will was absolutely phenomenal in that game. So I really hope he does find his footing sometime soon. And if he's going to find it, it has to be like now or never. So, I mean, I do want to see a bit more of a performance coming out of him. And, I mean, with the aggression coming out of the defense, it might end up coming down to that if the other defenders that are roaming do lose their lives, as he is going to be one of the few remaining on site. He is holding on to this blue angle, just dealing with these Rotero drones that are coming into bunker to see if they can contest against his position, but there is going to be multiple people holding on to it, so this Flores can't really do a grand amount alone.
Yeah, what I also want to say is it's so impressive from MDF that they're playing, like keeping on their positions. We see in very much different tournaments, every player is playing the same operator in every round. Now we saw Annie was playing on the Hibana. Maybe they switch it with Hachi, because they saw Hachi doesn't have very much his best match. And we have the opening frag from TM. And it's Will getting his first frag. Welcome on the scoreboard, my friends. Yeah, 4v4 situation now, and could be maybe a winning round for TM now. They're playing it pretty fine. MDF now trying to open the electric ward, play against Harry Potter position. And we see they're doing drone with the MDF guys and try to figure out where they can execute the best. It's Will playing still in the bunker side, playing a bit more aggressive, I would say, and tries to get the frag on Variox. Is playing passive, using his smoke grenades, 2 left in his pocket. Konski against the Nomad is waffling a bit, and it's Tats getting the frag on Konski. Pizza with the refrag on Hachi. It's a 3v3 situation now. And we have Tats nearly on 1 HP, and Variox still outside in the bunker. Will with his last smoke grenade replacing it. And yeah, 30 seconds left. Could be quite a fast execute.
Well, getting crept up on now inside of blue. He isn't going to be able to take the engagement as the player does come from behind him. Now we have this player trying to take the final engagement against Diana. Is going to be hanging around in blue. Variox wins it out, and that's going to be game, set, and match to the side of MDF. Unforgiving.
GG's to both teams at the end. We saw the executions of both teams very pretty fast, and often it was like a 3v3 or 4v4, and then we had like 5 seconds that were gone, and it was like a 4v1 or something like that. So it was very fast, and I don't think that both of these teams have expected that. Nash, last words for you for this match.
Well, it definitely was a phenomenal one to see. As much as it was very short-lived, something that we were a bit taken aback by is the fact that we had quite large performances from some and also quite quiet games from others. So I think with MDF qualifying to the playoffs, Team Misclick still having to play one more, I think Team Misclick could be coming back with a vengeance in their next game. So we'll have to wait and see. We're going to cut to a break. And when we come back, we'll be here with our final match of the day, which will be Pulse versus
P100.
P100. There we go.
Yeah.
So Pulse versus Project 100. Project 100 in the previous play day were knocked down, if I remember correctly. And so were Pulse just before that. But Pulse, after they managed to, sort some stuff out, hopefully we're going to be seeing them have a much better game in this one. So see you soon.
See you soon. Welcome back to the third match of today's evening. Casting again with my very wonderful casting partner Nash, and we have the third match now. It's P100 against Team Pulse, or Pulse Nation, they are called, and we can quick switch to the schedule that we had for today's matches. And Nash, if you want, you can talk about a bit. Tell us about the results that we had.
Something that I discovered through you is Project 100, depending on what's going on, could be playing without an IGL, but we don't quite know. But so long as they do have a full roster, one of the things we have seen from them is against E-Wave recently, they've lost twice. And though they've beaten teams like Eagle Empire, who are one of the weaker teams of the league, it's still a bit of a detriment in their sort of pressure for the league, as they've kind of been struggling in the back lines, like without really outside of this league. So potentially we could be seeing a similar thing unfold here on their team sheet. As we can see, their best map is Oregon once again, and their worst map is Villa. You can see the operator bans are again very generic. The only thing different from the other teams that we've looked at is the Azami for the knock or Fenrir. Like that's real. The only real change that we tend to see. But if we want, we can just transfer straight over to the Pulse team sheet, and you can take us away with that.
We got our wonderful team Pulse, and this team, I hope we translate. Do we transition it? Yeah, we do transition it. Perfect. We have Team Pulse, quite an unexpected Swiss stage first round winner. They won their first match against Kanji Esports in their first Swiss stage match, and I don't think anyone expected it. The vote for them was like, I don't know, 90 or 95 for Kanji and 5% for Pulse. And at the end, they won it in an overtime. It was my first cast too, so it was a very good match. We see 42% win rate. Speaks a bit for their resource they had in their matches. They had two group wins. One group win was against my own team, Eternal Synergy, and against, I guess it was the old Yacht roster, now currently LFO. Best map Charlie, worst map Oregon. It's a bit hard to see Oregon as a worst map because Oregon is a pretty basic map. And like I said, every team should be able to win on Oregon and play good on Oregon. Charlie is understandable. It's a good map. Yeah, most mine operators, Flawless and Kate. You don't see Kate so often anymore because when you've got the EMP grenades in the game, like the secondary gadget, Kate was not so common to ban it anymore because you have like utility to deny him anyways. We can quick switch to our predictions of the Twitter side. We see 80% for on near 81% for projects, 90% for boards. What do you think about it, Notch?
Well, it's kind of to be expected, really. It's one of those where you've got one of the weaker teams, or statistically weaker teams in the league, competing against one that, up until the last play day that they played, were undefeated, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So we're in this situation where, obviously, if you put someone that is relatively undefeated, apart from obviously the last game, against one that has lower than a 50% win rate in the league, we're probably going to sort of lean on that a little bit. But if our production is ready, we will quickly just switch over to the map bands and we'll find out what we're playing. Ooh.
Yeah, we see Villa. I didn't really expect that because we saw, I guess it was P100 playing against Tracker in the first round, and they lost it. No one expected it because we saw P100 was the team with the best stats after the group stage. They were first place, and Tracker was really much below. I guess they. I think I'm not very wrong. They were one of the teams that gained a position in the Swiss stage because one team disbanded. Anyways,
it is also Project 100's statistically worst map.
Yeah, also that, and we saw Project lost it, and the match of Tracker, it was very good played, and we saw P100. It was very much the first match. We saw them struggling a bit playing against an opponent. Maybe this is one of the good pick-off polls, so that they can use a bit of analytic stuff to adapt a bit against the playstyle of P100, even of other maps. And we saw P100, they have a bit of problems. We have one guy, it's the only one fought, their RGR, their leader. He currently posted that he was in the hospital, had a bit problems with the flu. So maybe, I don't know if he's playing, but it could have a bit of impact on the team's performance. And Pulse is I don't know, how do you say, it's a team that can bring wonders or can play worse than any else team, because we saw them, like I said, winning against Kanji, then in other matches getting 7-0 or 7-1. So it's I would say it's one of the hardest matches to predict it, definitely.
I mean, yeah, it is a very difficult match to predict, very difficult match to really put a finger on who's going to actually come out on top. Because as we have already discussed, this is Project 100's worst map. They've lost it to Tracker Clan. They're coming into it now with a vengeance. They've probably corrected a few of the mistakes that they've made, but more than likely, what we're going to be seeing is a bit more of a back and forth between these two teams, even though one of them has a much lower win rate. And I think that this pick into for the side of Pulse is actually very, very effective for them, because something we are seeing is P100 are actually starting on the attack, which is a little unfavorable for them, as if the first half goes well for the side of Pulse, then they only have to claw a few rounds on that attack. So it's something that definitely could work out well for the side of Pulse, and we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Something we will have a look at just before we call ourselves to a break, because we are going to be waiting on the lobby. We are going to quickly just look at the Swiss stage one more time, just as a reminder for everybody within the stream as to how the format has gone so far. So if we can just transfer over to that, the Swiss standings production. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We do see that obviously with MDF and Penta qualifying at the top, we now have the game in the middle, the top game in the middle, which is going to be Project 100 versus Pulse. And the winner of this game isn't going to qualify, but is going to move one step closer to that qualification. And with how essential that qualification is going to be able to get into playoffs, be able to make it to the finals, whatever they sort of are aiming for, both teams are going to be fighting tooth and nail, especially with Project 100 losing their previous match. Losing your previous match is going to, well, not their previous match, but the match against Tracker Clan is going to be a little scary, especially coming into this one, because you've got a team like Pulse who, as much as they are seen as one of the lower ranking teams, you might be able to tell in the first round of this Swiss stage, they came out with a win against Kanji, which surprised and shocked everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely not a team to mess around with. And with them being able to pick into your worst map, you're going to be a little scared. So if you've got nothing else to say, we can move on to a break, but feel free to take it away if not.
Yeah, like I said, we are going into a quick break, waiting for our observer to set up the match. Hope it's not going too long, but we will see you soon, guys.
See you soon. Hello and welcome back. We are going to be getting into this game, as we've already discussed. It is going to be Villa. And, well, I'm very excited to see if Pulse are able to find the heartbeat that they're really looking for. But we will just move on and get ready with these bans. What do you think about the attacker bans coming into this map?
Jekyll. Especially when because we saw there's no VOD on the lineup of P100, but first ban Pulse, maybe... okay, it's a knock, and myself, I'm expecting a Jekyll. We saw there's no VOD on the lineup of P100, so it's a bit more gunfight heavy, I would say. They don't play so much strats now. More gunfight and more power of the players itself. I expect Jekyll. And what do you see? Oh, Flores, okay. Didn't really expect that, but it's a good ban, especially for Villa. It's making themselves a bit harder.
I think the Flores is going to lead us into an Azami ban because
Definitely.
Flores, the main counter for the Kiba barricades of the Azami. So more than likely, we are going to be seeing something along the lines of an Azami ban, something along the lines of like a Fenrir, that sort of thing. The things that are going to be denying him. And yeah, so we do see the Azami go down. And then one operator that is extremely prominent on the map of Villa in general, same as Cafe, is Valkyrie. So I think ones that we could see go out now are Valkyrie, Frost, the Fenrir, the Solace. There it is. They're the general four that I can imagine seeing. Also, Mirror was one that like could have gone out, but didn't. So I think Mirror's going to be a big driving force in this game, especially with how much impact she has on the Aviator Games site and that sort of thing. So I think we'll see a bit of Mirror play coming into this match. We'll probably see quite a lot of Fenrir, as we do see him already being picked on the defensive side. And yeah, with the Solace going out and the Azami going out, it means it's going to be a much more conservative game from these teams. There isn't going to be a grand amount of pressure coming out of the defensive side, apart from the one or two players that are going to be out on the room. The anchoring defenders are going to be playing around their angles. They're going to be playing their positioning and that sort of thing, making sure that they're able to maintain an advantage even in a disadvantageous situation.
Yeah, we see a straight setup to the top floor side from kitchen, from the post side. It seems like they've done a bit, like they've thought about a bit of strats and how they could possibly play against P100. And yeah, like I said, they play with top floor, kitchen first side. What I also want to say is that we have a former P100 player in the lineup of ports. It's in-game XD something R6. His real ID is vods. Maybe he does have a bit of impact, and we see a quick execute from the side of P100. It's a 4v4 situation instantly. It's vods with the double kill, it's something with the double kill, Cobra with double kill too. 3v1 situation. Quick plant from Caesar, and now it's AJ coming to flank from Pantry, and it doesn't seem like Sledge is expecting it. It's technically 2v1 situation, and the plant is down. We have now AJ in the Pantry side still, and he's called out. One is playing in Island, in dining room, and yeah, they're expecting it. He's holding quite a nasty angle. The Ash is swinging now the Wamai a bit aggressive, and he's getting the frag. It's all Scar getting the frag on AJ, and we saw it was a pretty quick rush from the side of 3100, and the Britons, yeah, pretty fast opening run from them, and I am honest, I have not expected that.
I mean, excuse me. I mean, looking at how that round went, there was a very well-read situation coming out of the attacking side. They managed to identify that they were going to be in that kitchen dining defense, and they really gunned themselves in for it and tried to get that rush plant on the go. And I think there's going to be a bit more Overwatch on that side of the map this time, especially towards that laundry area, because that is where they did decide to come in from. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, my eyes was quite unexpected that they also like picked kitchen as a first spot, because we saw P100 they had a bit of problems to attack the top floor sites against I guess it was Tracker, and now we see it's kitchen twice. Maybe they're changing a bit of spread thingy there. Doesn't seem like that. And we see Lion again, we see Bucky and Sledge. It's pretty aggressive lineup from the P100 side, and it doesn't seem like they really want to go on a like top floor clear and then opening breach plant. Maybe a rush again, and maybe they think, yeah, enemies doesn't expect that twice, that we do that twice, and if they want to do it, it would be a good idea from them. What Post could do against that is working with more vertical plays, like preparing some holes for the plant and something like that. And it's Peter falling as a opening frag, AJ. But now I'm giving the commentating stuff to you.
Yeah, Warden loses his head as he tries to make his way into the bedroom, and he does have an Ash up there waiting for him. So now she makes her way in, jumps into the closet, and potentially could be taking an engagement against someone else sometime soon. Beans actually managed to find that kill, and we see Lightsy just trying to see if he can get himself into a bit of a funky position there to catch someone off guard. But as we see, Nerd going to be moving around that top floor, peeking over the bed, almost taking engagement against the Mozzie, but deals a bit of damage, isn't able to find the kill. Quite weak himself, so he's going to be a little cautious, moving around over towards the bathroom, unable to find anything as of this moment. Isn't going to be going for the vertical pressure right now because he is very alone, but the Sledge rotating over Cobra are going to be seeing if he can alleviate that a little bit for him. We do have the Yana, has caught out the Mozzie a little bit. If she is able to find the frag, the Sledge goes down, unfortunately so that means they are now in a position where it is a 2v2 situation. They have lost a player. It isn't completely lost for them, but they're in a worse position than they were in the previous round when they had that 3v1 situation.
Yeah, we now have the 2v2 situation, and we see it's P100 playing a bit vertical, and the pre-play C4 is knocking down Nerd. Such an impactful kill, and now it's Caesar trying to go on the rest for Nerd, and yeah, Nerd nearly has like no HPs, one shot, and the defenders are still on site, and yeah, 50 seconds left. They're joining a bit of the defenders out. We see, or like we saw, they don't have any hard breaches, so they need to enter from the hatch or from the door sides. Hopefully, Post now is not choosing the right positions for them to work against the execute of P100, and it seems like that. It's Beans, I guess, is sitting in Memorial, and he's getting the frag on the back, and so 1v1 situation. It's the Finnish star player of Post against Caesar, and Caesar's getting the kill, the Gambian fragging Power Master. I don't know what to say. It's very much. We saw very much like impact for gameplay with gunfights. Not really much. I don't think that we saw any nade kills in this match till yet. So we see it's only the gunfights that decided this rounds. And yeah, at the end, Post could have played it better. The position of Beans, I guess it wasn't that bad. He got that kill. Maybe Lights, he could have played more passive, like holding the freezer foot line or playing back in China, waiting for the Ayana Caesar going into side. Anyways, it's a 2-0 now. We can't change it. And yeah, P100 played it good at the end.
Definitely did. Now, an operator that I said we would see a lot more commonly on the site of Aviator is the Mirror, but she doesn't look like she's being brought along this time. Caesar on an absolute tear right now. I don't want to cast a curse him too much, so I won't discuss it much further. But on the opposite side, we do see people like Lightsey, who have had their impact through supporting, but haven't really managed to get their footing in this game as of this moment. So we're going to be looking a bit more at those sorts of players on the defensive side for trying to secure their team some more rounds, because at the moment you got to remember it is on the attacking side primarily that one, maybe two players that are actually creating the impact.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, we see now the aviator side, like you said, and yeah, we see it's Project 100 pretty quick down below in the piano side already, and we saw that there's one roamer. I guess it's the Jaeger playing down below and living, and he's having the first gunfight against the IQ. IQ notices it, and yeah, IQ nearly has like 50 HP, and they notice that the Jaeger is roaming down there, holding a bit the Jaeger flanking, and yeah, playing more passive now. I think they're going for like nade frags and then going upstairs, main stairs. I don't think they notice yet that there's only the smoke playing on top main stairs. He's smoking now, using his first smoke grenade pretty early in the game, and it's Peter falling down against Demis. Demis getting the first frag on the Ash, and Peter not having a very good start in the round. It's one of the entry frags of P100, and he's standing 0-3 already.
Yeah, not great, but also 0-3, speaking of which, is Lightsey, as he does lose his life. And now Bean's going to be a bit more scared in this position on top of the main stairs, going to be trying to take engagements against the player that is going to be hanging around below, but instead a nade sings up and manages to secure a bit of an explosive start to this round for the side of P100. And now there's a bit of animosity between these players. They're just going to be, pressuring from below, getting some nades coming up. Ollie goes down, but isn't out just yet. They aren't confirmed and potentially could actually be picked up in the later part of this round. Ace manages to make his way into sight, but gets caught out, actually. It wasn't the Ace, but the head holes are going to be there in order to assist. Ace has made his way all the way through into Vault, and now he's going to be taking an engagement against the Mozzie. Loses his life. Excuse me. Ollie goes down from the DBNO state, and now we have another round going in favor of the attackers, bringing us to 2-1. So if this does flip-flop back and forth, we could end up seeing a 3-3 half here.
Yeah, and again, we saw it was a pretty close round. It was one guy again from one team that had the impact to finish the round. It was Demis doing a quad kill from this off the side from Poets, and now it's Poets like coming into this match, getting warmed up and trying to play the top floor sides. It worked out for them. They played Kitchen twice, and they saw it didn't really work out for them. They just didn't have any impact against the enemies. The enemies were just shooting themselves through the side. And yeah, we see it's Trophy now playing a pretty common setup. Frost, some Fenrir. It's good to see Fenrir in today's matches. We saw him banned very often, and didn't saw very much matches played with him. And I guess he had much impact on now, because Demis, he got 4 kills alone in one round. Some frost traps, some nasty frost traps on the red stairs, 2 frost traps, and we see Montaigne play from P100. First time that I see that since I'm casting. Could be cool to see. Looks like they are going from below.
Yeah, I imagine that the Monty's going to be wanting to try and push up those Astro stairs and have a player follow behind to give them a bit of room to breathe when they're actually trying to take through the Astro area. They do have the player on the window already, which is going to be very, very good for them. That pressure being applied as early as possible. They're locating these ADSs in order to be able to comfortably make an opportunity for themselves. They're pinging that phone there that has just gone off, unfortunately, for the attackers. More than likely going to be wanting to try and go for a nade from below onto that player, but opting against it as it does fall off. So we'll have to wait and see what goes on in the remainder of this round.
Yeah, definitely, and we still see it's like 150 left, and we haven't seen one nade flying through the air of the kitchen side. And yeah, this means a bit that P100 could maybe get a bit of problems with the time. It's now Caesar seeing that they're just standing in the statue door, and they are now doing a bit more pressure to the bathroom side. Maybe we could see a knight flying from below. I could get a potential kill there on the guy that plays in the bathtub, and yeah, we see 130 left, not even breached yet. There's no shield that is fallen down, and it's still what's it playing in the bathroom side. And yeah, what should I say? It's Ace now going forward in the closet, and we see that Pulse is doing a very great job. It's Montaigne going upstairs in Astro, and Sledge is getting the opening kill on on the Jaeger, and we have Lightsy standing back in the trophy side. Is getting the right strike on the guy that was rappelling on the Astro side window. And we see it's a 4v4 situation. AJ already with 1 HP left, and Lightsy with nearly 70. Montaigne is still alive, so he could have much impact. Vince is falling down to the IQ. It's Cobra getting the double kill. Dam is playing in trophy now. It's a triple kill for Cobra, and we see he spots the Fenry guy. It's a quad kill for Cobra. It's like we saw 2 rounds now, back to back, where literally one guy has done 4 kills, and there's so much impact. We see that this match is definitely a match that gets decided with gunfights, and I like it. I very like it. It's quite hard to analyze what Post can actually do better, because we see they nearly have like taken down 2 minutes of the side of P100 and still standing on their sides, and then after that they're losing gunfights pretty quick. Maybe they should swap their players that play on different positions to have more impact on that.
Yeah, definitely, but at the moment with what they've got, they are going to be playing that Pulse alongside an Echo, so more than likely they're going to have that player just hanging around off-site more than... potentially off-site, but also could be on-site. But one that really does pique my interest is that Valkyrie, is that Mozzie, is that Pulse, because those Valcams upstairs are going to help Mozzie, and they're going to help the Mute as well, in order for those vertical C4s. Alongside that, you've got Pulse, who can actively track those defenders while the cam isn't active. So we are going to be seeing probably quite a large bunker from the defenders here, just making sure to get as many vertical C4 kills as possible. Rotate being opened. AJ does get shot by his teammate, but we'll move on from that and completely ignore what happened. There is some scanning going on from the Pulse, just identifying that there is a player on the balcony. Has spotted out another, so he's now quite confident.
Quite cool. Pulse actually playing Pulse, yeah, isn't it? We see Free plays C4. It's a bug beef in front of the bathroom window. He's throwing out again. Maybe he could get a potential kill. Like we also see quite cool angles on the Astro window. We see there's no one pelling, so Lightsy, unfortunately, you won't get a kill there now. Yeah, they know C4's there, and it's Lightsy getting the opening frag on Peter, and yeah, we see Post is getting warmer and warmer, and Lightsy is also getting warm with the match, and yeah, they saw this C4. It's IQ now doing a rotation from closet to the bathroom side, and this C4 is destroyed. Yeah, what should I say? The entry from P100 is good indeed, because they noticed the C4 quickly, but we have the opening frag from Pro side now. Let's get it. It's damage against Nerd with a nasty shot against the Mozzie. He's opening and getting his first kill in the match, and it's now 3v2 situation as P100 is getting kills very quick. Bean's playing aggressive from Memo's side, and it's Ollie getting the kill on him. And it's again a 3v1 situation. Very good advantage for P100. Entering very fast. It's what's it getting the kill on Ollie 2v1 situation. Notices there's a guy in China rotating again to the dining table, and I don't know, maybe he should play a bit more passive and like wait for the guy that is pushing it to the side. P100 got enough time to clutch that. Anyways.
Yeah, very nice positioning from the Pulse, in my opinion. He is just going to be moving himself away from the aggressive angles. IQ seems to know where he is going to be situated, and there is going to be some gunfire coming out. IQ is going to be the one to go for the plant. C4 goes flying out, gets caught out, doesn't actually get caught out, but he does manage to change sides without being noticed. Takes the peek onto the head holes. Nerd finds the head in that situation, and now we move on with another round going in favor of the attack.
Yeah, we see it's a very dominant like play from P100 there. We see 4-1 already on the attacking side of Villa, and we both know Villa is a bit like a map. It's a bit like Theme Park. Usually you say the defense is more advanced, like, or they usually get more rounds than the attack, but it's now like the completely opposite. And yeah, both need to think about which mistakes they are doing, because most times it's like just the gunfights that they lose. Often they get the opening frag and still lose the round, and there's something wrong definitely when we see that. I don't know, maybe I would have used, if I would be a player of both and I would have been on their side, I would maybe use more traps, because we see P100 is like entering pretty fast, and it could maybe have a bit impact on their attack. Anyways, we see the last defense rounds of Pulse now. Pretty same setup as they've played in their first Aviator match. And what I wanted to ask you, have you ever seen a team playing this line from bar to study? Because this one is very new for me.
Well, I mean, I've seen the angles before where you have sort of like the head holes going into study from bar. I don't know. It can be good. It depends how your team play, because it's like, as I said, I've seen the angles before, but it's very, very important that if you're going to have those angles, that player behind bar needs to be very active. Otherwise, you're going to lose out. AJ nearly dies twice as he takes the peek onto those head holes and doesn't quite check it as he runs past the second time. Sledge going to be very weak. Cobra is one bullet away from death, but it's Nerd that actually gets found by the MP7 of the Fenrir. And now we see a situation where Beans is in an awful position. Dermers goes down as well, so now there's 3 angles that he can be peeked from. Manages to get the one with the diffuser and finds another one through the wall. Now the player on main stairs is going to be a little bit more isolated, especially considering he's the only one standing with Peter and a frost mat. Beans finds another kill, and that's going to be the round going in the side of the defense, giving them a 4-2 half. So not too disappointing.
You remember what I said? First, the traps. We saw Pogmet kill. Second, when I saw the swing from the Frost against the Ace that was affected by the
Fenrir
gadget, wonderful play for you. That was the perfect situation to explain to someone how to use Fenrir, and that was the very first, like, I would say, situation where I saw whether he used that, and it was perfect played. Anyways, we see Pulse now in the attack, and if I'm not wrong, the statistics are for the attack of Pulse and not for the defense. So maybe we can expect something better from them now. And what I also saw is, I guess the defense wasn't as good as the attacks of them against Tracker and Villa. So maybe this could swap a bit of the dominance that is currently existing in this match. Yeah.
I mean, very, very potentially. We are looking at the moment at this 4-2 split. A bit afraid if you're rooting for the, now attacking side. Because, I mean, realistically, in this situation, Project 100 now moving over onto the defense, they're going to be in a position where they have a bit more sort of fortitude about them, because they're going to be more confident to take these gunfights with their lead. And I mean, with how they're winning them at the moment, it could be a big detriment to, the attacking side of Pulse. So we definitely have to see something new come out of them. Otherwise, they may struggle. We are going to be seeing them open up the bedroom windows, take some engagements over onto Peter, who is going to be watching a pixel angle all the way through. Doesn't get caught by that nade, defended by the wall, and instead a drone is going to swing through just to make sure that this player is spotted out and confirmed in that position. Drone comes up the main stairs. Jaeger spots it out. C is going to be trying to take this engagement against the Brava. They both know each other's position by the looks of things, but it looks like Jinping tries to aim too high, and we're going to be in this position where they're now at a disadvantage, and you've got to try and make something work.
Yeah, definitely. We see like it's 1:30 left, and they didn't even made it through to the landing site. Now they are getting a bit of position on the map. Maybe it's because P100 is now falling down. We see Caesar is still playing on the red stairs and getting thrown out now, and Peter playing in the zombie position. And what I've heard a nade. Maybe we get a nade kill there. Yeah, on the red stairs they are trying to do it. ADS is keeping the nade away from the Jaeger, and we see Caesar is getting quite damaged. He's getting the kill on AJ in this 5v3 situation now. It doesn't really seem like Force is getting the right side or the right ideas to attack this, and yeah, P100 is just winning the gunfights. There's no Utro-based kills or something like that, and we see Peter still playing in the zombie position, getting a bit of damage on the Sledge. Sledge is trying to nade him, and we see Nerd is playing from below, already placing his C-Force on in Study, and we see it's Beans playing there in Study. It's Ollie getting the kill, the Welsh Superstar Fragger from the P100 side. It's Demis left. 4v1 situation. It seems like it's nearly unclutchable. Yeah. Maybe they should try to take some time and speak about what they have done wrong, because we definitely see that P100 had way too many options to play dominant against them. It's Nerd finishing the round. The first defense of P100, it's 5-2 now in the score. Yeah, maybe we see a match that will be even like closed faster, because we see P100 is doing great work. They're adapting to the playstyle of the enemies, and it's not more. And the attack, we saw it didn't really work out for them. They had like 1 minute left and weren't even in the 90 side. So yeah, both definitely need to talk about the mistakes.
I mean, yeah, definitely so. It's one of those situations where you're now 5-2. You have to win 3 in a row, maybe 4, in order to get you to either an equal score or match point. And realistically, if you even lose once, it puts the side of Project 100 in such a comfortable position. So on the side of Pulse, they are going to be really trying to reconstruct themselves in order to be able to come into this and not end up flatlining in the process. But at the moment, a nice little setup on the statue side. It looks like they're going to be going for a run out onto the players down there. C's looking very confident right now, but opts against it as he does just drift away. Angle going to be open on the zombie window just to see if he can find anything on there, but the ball window is where he finds his engagement. Moves away and actually gets team killed by Ollie. Oh no.
There are people we see what can happen if you are a guy that randomly shoots pictures in the room. Anyways, yeah, it's now the unfortunately 4v5 situation in advantage for Pulse, and yeah, in my eyes, Pulse should use this now. And we see it's like 2 minutes left. They're coming from the Study side, and they're not really doing much pressure to the 90 side. It's now the Ash. It's Watson pressuring from main stairs against the 90 guys Cobra, and Cobra, he's playing a bit passive. It's not really, doesn't really need to peek him, because we know the defenders does have the time to that they can lose, not the attackers. And we see it's the 4v4 situation. Nerds get the opening frag from their side on Demis, and yeah. See, Nerd, not even 1 HP. It's the first nade frag from the side of Pulse. It's the Finnish Wonders, the Finnish Wonder. It's Lightsy getting the frag with his nade. 4v3 situation now. We didn't really see a breach. I don't know where the ace is. And Caesar is getting very much damage there from the 90 side. Ollie is now holding it very aggressive. He's getting the kill on Xi Jinping, and yeah, 2v3 situation. Nobody's still playing in the aviator side, and Ollie is holding his shield there and landing. And yeah, we know, especially the team of P100 got very much fraging power in their squad, and we see it's Ollie's getting the kill on the ace. It's 1v2 situation now. It's very clutchable for him, and we see Pulse is going from 2 sides now. Study and Trophy Connector, and yeah, if they don't really have the information about him, it could be maybe a big mistake to not
There is a
use
player
their
on drone.
drones right.
They are going to be droning over by the trophy side. He's going to be taking the swing, trying to see if he can take an engagement against the Nomad. Does deal some damage, doesn't quite know the location of the final player. And Nomad comes swinging in and, well, didn't make up for the team kill right there in that 2v1 situation. And the clutch isn't going to quite go in his favor. So that's another round going the way of Pulse, actually bringing us up to 5-3. So they're a little bit closer. They still need 2 more rounds to equalize, and it's still looking very scary if you are a Pulse fan, if you put all your channel points on Pulse. Me. So we'll have to see where they take it.
Especially when we see no team kill anymore, yeah? So, yeah, we now see, I guess it's Project 100 with the same side. This time Capcan and the Fenrir. No Mozzie, so less 1.5s, but we have a bit of traps, and I don't know if Pulse is like always like expecting that there could be traps or something like that. We haven't seen Capcan very much, just 1 round from Pulse, I guess, and it could have much impact. We already saw like frost trap kills, and yeah, these Capcan traps, you know, they are very powerful and make much damage, especially when you have 2 on the door frames. And we see it's Project 100 this time. They're reinforcing Aviator 2 like in the round before, and we see Pulse is now building up from the different side. They are going from master bedroom, not spawning in on the study side. Yeah, we will see.
Oh, but C is going to be losing out on the bottom floor very early. That's not what you want from a top fragger, especially coming into a round that is so important, just like the last round was. Something I would like to be aware of, or would like to make you aware of, is you can see the Nomad checking the doors, so they are quite clearly aware, but, well, I mean, they did just kill him, so they should be aware. They're checking these Capcan traps, they're checking these doorways, but the side of P100 are aware that Pulse isn't bringing along the IQ, and because they're not bringing along the IQ, they're playing these electrical traps alongside their Frost, so they're bringing along that Capcan. They're bringing along people like the Warden comfortably without having to really do much. Nerd tries to come up from behind and actually gets himself caught out, which is very unfortunate for him, but very good if you're rooting for the side of Pulse. They find 1 more onto Peter, who is going to be sitting around on that picture frame between the 2 sites, but a beautiful kill from Ollie brings us back to a situation that isn't completely terrible. We are going to be seeing these remaining 2 players try and take their engagements separately and see if they can find any kills of their own. Nade comes flying in, unable to find anyone right now. They now know the position of this Warden, who is going to be quite close to that window. He takes an engagement against the Ace, but doesn't quite find anything. Ace going to be throwing 1 more charge onto the bathroom wall. The Yana could definitely come flying in here if he wanted to. Lights, he manages to find 1 kill for himself, but the Frostmat manages to find the Ace. And now, if he decides to get too close without checking this window, he's going to be getting over towards the doorway, doesn't check the window, and just gets himself caught out. You watch that breach get opened, you should be aware of the window. And that's going to be another round for Pulse, bringing us closer and closer to that equalized situation. 5-4 from a 5-2 position.
Yeah, and we saw it's Pulse, they used their vision and utility very good. We saw that they were aware of the guy that was flanking pantry stairs with the Fenrir. And yeah, like I said, the attack stats are speaking for Pulse. They were better on attack than on the defense, or they were better on the attack than in defense in the past. And yeah, P100 is struggling a bit. It seems like it's getting the same, like in the same situation like they had against Tracker. Tracker wasn't really any advantage in rounds, and at the end it was Tracker winning the whole match because they were better round with rounds. We see now Aviator again. Yeah, P100 wanted pretty dominant because Pose wasn't even able to, like, going forward to the landing site. They all died there against the guy on red stairs and Zombie. And yeah, we see we have a pretty same setup, Fenrir again. And what we also can say is, yeah, we have again 2 players on both teams that are pretty dominant with their kills. It's Beans and Demis on the side of Pulse with 8 and 10 frags, and on the other side it's Caesar and Ollie with 10 and 9. And yeah, if the other people from Pulse are now getting warm too, like we saw, this could be very dangerous for P100. We see it's now a split setup from the side of Pulse. They're going from 2 sides, below and top for 2, joining up main stairs. And Demis is getting the opening frag on Peter. It's a 45 situation already after 2.5 minutes, or when 2.5 minutes are left. And there we see Pulse is doing a great job.
Indeed they are. Finding that opening frag once again is going to be very, very optimal. This player of Ollie going to be getting very aggressive onto the rappel of Zombie Window. And in this 5v4 situation, well, the side of Pulse are going to be much more comfortable. They've got a bunch of nades in pocket, still all 4, and they're ready to throw them out whenever necessary. But it's very ballsy of this Fenrir to keep getting close to that window. Ollie getting close to that window is going to spell his death, as he does get a bit too close to a cooked nade. And, well, it's just very unfortunate, really. Do they know about this Mozzie that is hanging around in 90 corridors? They have got this Amaru about to rappel in. Amaru gets all the way in, isn't spotted out by Mozzie, who's going to be on main stairs, gets caught out instead. Mozzie actually rotated back into sight. I was looking at the wrong player, and now we're in a position where C's and Nerd have to, well, put the entire game on their shoulders. In comes C's, managing to find a kill onto the Yana, and that's going to be very good for them as they're now in this equal situation. 2v2, C's going to be at full health, but quite weak is the Ash of AJ and also Nerd. They're going to be trying to take engagements. Both of these players stacked up inside of the vault area, and both of the attackers going to be very, very separated. The Amaru now going to be rotating over to see if she can take a bit of ground alongside the Ash, but with them being a bit unknown, unable to find it. Tries to take the engagement against Mozzie, unable to find the head as he does try and peek down behind the bomb and keep himself tucked away from the angle. But now he's a bit lost. He's looking for an entryway, an entry point, a way to get in. But with him being unaware of this Jaeger's position, he's very, very afraid of what he needs to be doing. Knows he needs to go for kills now, though. Tries to make his way through the rotate. The Jaeger spots him out, and now he's just needing to take an engagement against anybody that he can find. He's very close to this Mozzie, and the Jaeger comes swinging out of the doorway, peeks himself out in the view, into the view of the Mozzie. Mozzie finds the kill, and that's going to be the round, leading us over to match point for the defensive side of P100. I lost my words so badly there, but either way,
I don't know what to say about this round. It was clearly a round that Post should have won, and they could have had the equal 5v5 round. And I'm honest, I maybe expected after this, if this 5v5 situation would have happened, that Post maybe could have won this match. But now, I would say after the clutch especially, it was a 2v4, I guess. P100 gained much confidence, and Post maybe are a bit like slammed down or something like that, because they saw they definitely have the potential to win this round against a team like P100. And yeah, we see P100 playing a very extended strat now, not like Post used to play with only Trophy or Statue. They are playing even with Aviator and on Oryx, that you don't really see often since he lost his 1.5 scope. But I always like to see it because he's an operator that can make very much rotations and is very good to rotate, especially on a map like Villa, where you have much hatches where you can jump up and down. Yeah, we have 2 trap operators again. It's Thorn and Capgun. And yeah, we see it's a Pulse. They're going from one side. If they would have thrown right, like if I'm speaking from my position now, my RGL leader Kodaft, he would have said let's do a rush, because you see they are very extended, and I don't see very much like vertical angles, and then rush on this side without very much vertical angles when the players of the enemy team are playing upstairs could have much impact. Anyways, we see they are playing from upstairs. We have 2 vertical players, Sledge and Buck. Yeah, Nomad with the R-Jabs, and now they are trying to clear up the guys that are playing in top floor.
Indeed, nobody really contesting onto this bedroom side at the moment. There is a couple angles being held from further away because of these trophy players, but with the Sledge making his way into the closet, they're not going to be too afraid of his position as of right now, and instead they are going to just be maintaining their posture in this situation. A bit of pressure being applied as the Yana has made her way all the way through onto the bathroom, and now we see a bit more pressure being applied to the defensive side. Looks like
definitely.
Oh,
Definitely.
sorry.
Es ist, pardon. Yeah, 120 left. Pulse is now playing vertical, and yeah, we have on both sides 5 players left, and it's Beans with the opening frag on Caesar. He was already very low. It's now dead, and we see they noticed that the Thorn is still playing in the statue room, and they could get the potential kill, and it's Demis getting the frag on Peter, and they are aware of the Thorn that is playing in statue. He's falling back now, and it's Demis. No, it's AJ again getting the frag on Cobra. Now we have the 2v4 situation now again. Maybe they will play it better now than in the last round, and I hope they are aware of Ollie playing on the basement stairs, because he could have much impact, especially when you rotate down back the Astro stairs. It's 40 seconds left. They're playing vertical still, and I hope they don't run out of time, because this could have very much impact on their execute.
Yeah, definitely so. Only 25 seconds left on the clock. It looks like Nerd and Ollie are going to be just scrambling around the site to maintain a position without getting too caught out, and Ollie now actually having to rotate completely away as Nerd loses his life, and he's going to be taking an engagement against this man that's just dropped down from the hatch. Sledge going to be peeking around the corner, managing to find the frag for himself. Lightsea secures that round and brings us to 6-5 situation. Could be going to overtime if we end up in one more round in the pocket of the side of Pulse.
Yeah, and I'm honest, I wouldn't have even expected that this match could get like this close, because we saw the community vote clearly. It was over 80% for the side of P100, and now we see nearly the overtime situation, because like I said, Pulse is better on the attack in their stats, and they are definitely showing that to us, and I'm not very sure if Villa was the right pick from P100, because we see they're struggling on it. They struggled against Traeger on it, and now they're struggling against a team that was nearly last place in the overall group stats. I don't know. I expected quite better things. Maybe it's very maybe the missing player Ford in P100 squad does have much impact. I don't know if he's sitting in the party in the share screen. I don't know how much you know your PlayStation, but you can like literally share your screen when you're playing to other people, and sometimes people have their IGLs as a 6th man in the party that is watching the screen and calling their shot calls. I don't know if Ford is able to do that, but we see now. Yeah, kitchen side again. First round of P100 on this side was won by P100. Second one was won by Pulse. And yeah, Pulse, it seems like they are going for a vertical setup again. And yeah, pretty much the same setup of P102. 230 left, not very much happened. Just Caesar with a bit of damage. I guess it was because he was running through walls. Anyways, we see pretty much the same as in the last round.
Yeah, we do see these players just on a roam right now. Like we do have a lot of roam pressure coming out of the defensive side. They've got three players off site. Only really the Pulse and the Mute that are actually hanging around on the actual site itself. C is going to be playing above on the Oryx, so more than likely he's going to want to try and preserve his life, because the entire strategy behind Oryx, just to explain for some of the people in the stream, is you play your life. you play quite aggressive. Yes, you try and get that initial sort of like engagement going your way, but towards the mid to later side of the round, you want to try and play your life in order to go for that late round flank up the hatch. But instead, he gets caught out by the ace and is going to get his head taken off. Beans actually managing to find that frag is going to be perfect as you minimize the potential for one flanker coming into the later portion of this round. Beans, however, is going to be in a bit of a precarious situation because if he does decide to repel in this window, he may lose his life to the C4 that is positioned there. And by the looks of things, looks like the pulse below was going to go for it for a second, thinking that he was going to repel in, but actually opted away. And now we see an engagement going on between this Twitch and Valkyrie. Valkyrie ends up losing out. The C4 nearly finds the frag, and we're in this position now where we do have a relatively substantial advantage going towards the side of Pulse in man count, especially with Ollie going down. That's going to be one of your top fraggers. Well, both of your top fraggers going down. Nerd managing to find a kill onto Dennis in order to equal us out a little bit, and Cobra managing to find one for himself as well. But with Nerd down, only Cobra left up. It is going to be a technical 1v2. Takes a swing, manages to find that one, and now a 1v1 situation. This could be the very end or the very beginning of overtime, as now we see Cobra. He's got the pings. He manages to find the frag, and that's going to be the match, game, set, and match in favor of P100. P100 come out with a win, not quite qualifying to the playoffs, but one step closer.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, we saw Pulse now again. They had a 4v2 situation and they didn't manage to win it. Unfortunately, they've done a very good performance in the attack. I don't want to say anything against that. In the end, it was the executes that didn't really work out for them. Anyways, we've seen very good matches. The last one was very good to see. The underdog played very good against the most people's favorite team. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, as you said, the sort of P100 played very well, but as soon as we went into that switchover, we saw the side of we saw the side of Pulse actually start to take off once they actually managed to get onto their attacking half, securing 3 rounds for themselves back to back after going down to a 5-2 situation, and then eventually losing out later on. And well, with it being a 7-5 scoreline and that ending us off for the day, I would like to ask you, do you have any shout-outs to give before we end off? So you can do yours. I'll move over onto mine, and then we can end it off.
So my shout-outs are definitely to Pulse. They have done a very good job, especially when they were 4-2 down and had to attack on a map like Villa. They've done a great job. At the end, it where the executes that haven't really worked out for them, but you can work on that and train that. Keep the grind up. For every team, keep the grind up. It's cool to see how Comp is moving, and it's very cool to be a caster and a part of this ESA Cup. Yeah, it was fun for me to cast it, and I'm very excited to be a part of the cast in the future again.
Very well. Well, I'd like to give my quick shout out, as always, to the Rejects, which is my little friendship circle that we've got going on. We've had it for a while. And then alongside that, not really a lot else to say. Shout out to my own stream, twitch.tv/Naj. If you'd like to watch me play, I play things like Minecraft, Siege, Teamfight Tactics. But overall, that'll be all from us. And we will see you in the next one.
Goodbye.